Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel.
元気ですか？お元気ですか？
Come on in and sit on down because today
元気ですか？お元気ですか？
come on in and sit on down because today we're going to be talking about the food VTuber epidemic.
Just go to Hot Topic with a sourdough roll and you'll get a goth picture. You will.
The streaming world has evolved quite a bit in the last decade or so. For most streamers, the goal is to showcase an authentic personality by putting their face on their content. Is that what you think of when you think of streamers?
Well, you want to seem like, I'm a normal guy. I'm a normal girl, big boobies.
And the chat's like, look at oh humble me. But over time, however, tubing has morphed the streaming landscape drastically. Today, many people use elaborate avatars and play up their own original characters. However, not all VTubers are confined to the brightly saturated characters with fat, swinging, big fucking titties. Anime. No. VTubers are no longer anime girls, Nick. They're much more. In fact, it appears we're now entering a brand new era of VTubing, a bizarre trend where streamers take the form of anthropomorphic foods, mostly just from the burnt peanut. We're seeing this thing right now. With one man's success, it has altered the landscape of media, which is not a new thing. People do it all the time. Mr. Beast.
He changed YouTube forever.
Mr. Beast has changed the way that people interact with content now. That fucking, what's that one guy? Brent Rivera? Have you seen that motherfucker? Oh my God. It's the exact same thing. The cuts, the cues, the text, everything is identical to that Mr. Beast format, but that's just because people want to follow success. And I think people associate the food VTube thing as like, that's what people want to see.
It's funny. It's cute.
But people don't realize the personality comes with it. You have to be quick-witted. You have to have charisma, right?
People were comparing it to the annoying orange. It's like reverting back.
The fact that it's a peanut is like totally irrelevant.
No, that's the success.
That's the successful key. Okay, I forgot about that. Yeah. We're going to talk about this new trend, but we're also going to talk about how it's led to possibly the worst streamer in modern history. And it's it's quite the ride, so buckle up. The catalyst for this epidemic of food tubers is a well-known Twitch streamer that you've all probably heard about, the Burnt Peanut. I think he really blew up with Arc Raiders. I had a buddy that watched them all out when he did. I think he was an Escape from Tarkov guy back in the day. But anyways, funny guy, quick-witted, and good at games. Like that's like, you have to have that. I don't know if there's many Twitch streamers that do very well. I know people say that players are bad. I feel like you have to be actually pretty competent at games to make it like watchable. Like when if I stream something, like a game, oh my God forbid.
Yeah, you get grilled.
Horrible, tortured. I mean, people don't want to, and people are backseat gaming the whole time. You have to follow somebody that feels competent in the game. They're quick-witted, they're funny, they're likable, all those things. Like it's a very rare thing to have, I feel like. And over the last 2 years, the Burnt Peanut has risen to unfathomable fame. Every time I see that motherfucker on Twitch, it's like 60 to 70,000 people watching. It's pretty insane.
I think he's botting. Everybody on Twitch bots.
That's also cope, though, isn't it? He's botting.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck off. Yeah. I see clips of him all the time. He's botting. Yeah, right. It wasn't until 2024, however, that he began gaining a large following after clips of his Tarkov streams went viral on TikTok.
Are you fucking serious right now? Are you serious?
People were initially drawn to upbeat personality, the unique presentation, and the small details like his character's rotations of fun costumes. Which I will say, this does show, and it's a good example, of you just have to put in a little bit of effort to stand out. If you're already called a Burnt Peanut, it makes sense that like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna be a peanut avatar because what the fuck else am I gonna be? But then it's like, oh, what if I just gave him different clothes? And then you just use a stream deck or whatever. And there it is. And people are like, oh my God! But that's just because the whole landscape is so fucking boring and not inspired. That was like a deal back in the day when I first saw Dr. Disrespect streams. You'd see all those transitions and shit, and you're like, the production level on this is crazy. I mean, a lot of people can do that. It's just a matter of, do you have the gumption? Do you have the creative will? If I was watching this, I would want to see this. You know what I mean?
I want to see the Burnt Peanut sitting on a beanbag chair with the Xbox controller and Cheetos, you know, because he switches out the background and stuff. So I think that's exciting for...
Sorry, I don't know why, but... I had a panic attack while you're talking. But to be fair, though, the large part of the Twitch landscape or streaming landscape is, how do I say this in a nice way? It's like people that aren't the most social, that are just good at games. And, you know, they have a quirky thing where they look at the camera and they'll be like, hog. Hog. Yo, that guy just got owned. Hey, Crystal Scepter, thank you so much for the 2 months, man. That's one thing that I found too. The bro culture on Twitch is insane. I didn't expect it. I think it's just mostly Call of Duty and that kind of thing, but it's always like, yo, okay, I'm dropping in. And I'm sitting there, I'm like watching it on like my break at work. I'm like, I wish that was me. This video is sponsored by Fume, the leaders in flavored air. Fume is the flavored air device designed to help people quit vaping and smoking by breaking the hand-to-mouth pattern. Cravings can come in when you least expect them. You have to find a way to fight the urge and not return to your old ways. And breaking bad habits can be hard, so don't handle it alone. Let Fume help. Fume is not a vape, it's not an e-cig, it's just flavored air, which means you can use Fume anywhere. By keeping Fume close by, you can have it as your natural replacement while you're working on improving your habits. With Fume, there's no vapor, no nicotine, and never any toxic chemicals. On top of that, Fume is an award-winning device with great flavors. Feel the rush of the crisp mint or tangy raspberry as you say goodbye to your cravings. I keep my Fume device here at my desk so it's close by in case I'm feeling anxious or bad habit wants to distract me from my work, like cut that, editor, actually. Better to play with Fume at my desk than go back to bad cravings, am I right? If you're ready to break the habit, now's a great time to try Fume. Right now, when you grab a Journey Pack, you'll get a free Fume topper just for using my code PAPAMeat. The Fume topper adds a soft, replaceable, chewable mouthpiece, providing something safe to chew on when cravings hit. Grab this offer while it's available. Head to tryfume.com/PapaMeat. That's TRYFUM.com and use code PAPAMeat to get your free Fume topper with your Journey Pack. Thank you to Fume for sponsoring the video. Back to the video. When Arc Raiders released in 2025, he became one of the streamers to watch play that game, pushing him into peak stardom. And with this rapid growth came a higher production budget and tons of collaborations with other known streamers. This is not without pushback, however, as people across the internet think both the Burnt Peanut and his fan base are insufferable. People post videos of fans laughing, clapping their hands and feet to what looks like brain rot screaming content, which I want to interject here as well. That shit, you get popular enough, you're gonna get hate. You know what I mean? The motherfucker is a peanut VTuber playing Arc Raiders. If you're like, making fun of that, it's just a thing where it's just, it becomes popular, therefore, so I don't fucking like that anymore, actually. That's fucking stupid. And yeah, is there like some cringe comments? What the fuck? He says goop. Look at me goop. Whatever the fuck it is. Who cares? But that's the thing, though, is it becomes an easy target because it's just, he's very well known. So I get to make my little content making fun of things. And there you go. Some adult fans even record themselves in tears on the floor as they react to his streams. I don't think I've ever had that, luckily. I don't think my fan base has ever been that dedicated where some guy's like, oh my god. Other Peanut fans hail him as a god and are extremely parasocial with him. And if you look at any comment section, even related to him, you'll find comments saying that he is the light in a dark world. Or that he needs to be on every TV in America, which he has dedicated fans. What the fuck? You can say that with any rabid fan base. Look at any fan base. The problem is when a fan base becomes rabid, they become insufferable. To people who aren't into that fandom. That's why you get like the Has Been Hotel. People hate those fans, or like Amazing Digital Circus, all that kind of shit. Rick and Morty. It's just, it comes with the territory of being a huge like IP or star.
People just, they get rabid.
People get rabid, they get excited, they can't help it. Essentially, people treat the Burnt Peanuts audience like the classic millennial cringe, quirky chungus, spouting random like, oh, that's epic, hey, goop, all that kind of stuff, and people associate that's where it comes from, right? This weird behavior also started a trend of people making videos mocking the fan base, portraying them as man babies drooling over themselves and farting as they rock back and forth in pure bliss, which I will say I found a couple of my videos in those, and it's funny.
Really?
Yeah. Usually it's people, it's like their feet on the desk and they're like all curled up like this and like, hey, and they clap their feet, and there's like a monitor with like 7 things going, and I've seen my videos on there and I'm like, hell yeah. If one of my viewers is at home drooling in a spit bib right now, dude, praise the Lord. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, he has risen. But for people who think that the Burnt Peanut is the most annoying, like, oh my god, it's the fan base is so annoying, you probably should check out the competition of people that are copying him. Because the Burnt Peanut has seen massive success streaming in this style, it has inspired a whole new wave of copycats who try to treat his content as a formula for success. And if you scroll through TikTok or Instagram Reels, you are bound to find clips of people streaming as assorted food items and objects. After all, it's a very easy thing to set up with tons of YouTube tutorials instructing people how to mimic this recipe for success. You just gotta be food! Nick, what food would I be?
Cheeseburger.
Editor, put me as a cheeseburger now. I'm a cheeseburger! What's my thing? You know how he says goop, gloop, or whatever? What's mine?
Cheese. Just say cheese.
Oh, I got my delicious cheese. I'm going to get a triple stack burger on my cheese. Actually, I would watch that.
That'd be cool if their model changed. You can make like
exactly
12 stack cheeseburgers.
Whoa, too many patties! Yes! People, oh my my God. For those who are even lazier, you can purchase the models online. And in fact, there's been a massive boom in VTuber modeling community. Many artists have made tons of money turning their 3D modeling portfolios into literal grocery stores. Accounts like The Prime Butter, The Sweaty Tomato, and The Casual Turnip are prime examples. However, there's definitely a reduction in both stream quality and just general personality because people find out that it's like there's just not a whole lot behind the personality that carries them. People online who come across these channels often call them out for copying the Burnt Peanuts formula, which is why nearly every one of these accounts has a video defending themselves and describing how their origin story is different, which I love. There's nothing I love. Dude, that's how I came up with the turnip. Okay? Why can't you just be like, yeah, I just like him. I want to do a food thing too. Why is that so bad?
Because nobody wants to seem like they're copying someone, even though they blatantly are.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be original.
Yeah. Well, dude, I actually was, it's a weird timing because I'm the burnt almond. Just like a weird coincidence that we kind of are just both nuts. Just the state of my mind, I guess. This isn't to say there's something wrong with mimicking the format, but it's very clear that the thing selling Burnt Peanut streams the most is high energy and personality. It's not his fucking VTuber thing, dude, all right? For those who are able to put on a good stream, the format definitely can work well. But this is all boiling down to one of the main reasons I wanted to make this video today, which is talking about one of the worst things that happened to the internet, I feel like, as of lately. I mean, is that too much to say? It seems, I mean, it's pretty horrible. I fucking can't stand it. I mean, if I'm being honest. If you've been terminally online on the internet recently, you undoubtedly heard of a VTuber known as the Faithful Sheriff. And if you don't know who the Faithful Sheriff is, God bless you. Because this is the accumulation of the worst part of a copycat. If you wanted to be a fucking turnip or a tomato, or even if you want to be like, I'm an almond, I don't give a fuck. Like, do that. This version of the copycat, this is a parasite. This is a person that needs to be plucked off it and spit out. Bye-bye. Right off the bat, you'll notice that the man is blatantly mimicking the Burnt Peanut model. But we've already been getting ahead of ourselves because there's so much to unpack about the man behind the shell. Before the Faithful Sheriff, this creator went by Dr. Witnesser. He was certainly not known for his originality because even this was heavily inspired by another creator, Dr. Disrespect, who we talked about earlier.
I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little fatigued.
To warm you up to this kind of person, Dr. Witnesser's whole shtick was that, as a devout Christian, he would enter Fortnite games and aggressively push his teachings to those he is playing with. Before we even get into all this shit too, I just want to say, your beliefs are your own. Whatever you want to believe, you can believe it. If people are asking you questions, I don't see a problem with being like, hey, this is what I believe, blah, blah, blah. Your belief is your own, right? That is our right as Americans in this goddamn country. Rock, flag, and eagle, right, Nick?
Oh, yeah.
But being a guy going on Fortnite and trying to like convert people, it has to be the most opposite way of introducing people to your ideals.
I go into Fortnite and teach people the Bible.
This mouth.
Okay, Robert, you're like 8.
Like it's just so creepy to me. The reason I say creepy is that there has been clips of him talking to children or even young adults in some weird way, and the way that he approaches this is he's always just like, you got a microphone? And people who are just playing, yeah. Do you believe in God? What are we doing? Why are we going here? You know what I mean?
What's your name?
My name, Quiz.
Hey, do you know who Jesus is?
As you would expect, many people did not take kindly to this and clowned on him in-game. No matter how bad the clips made him look, he'd still post them and he'd gain tons of views for it. Even when it makes you look bad, he knows it gets him engagement, and I think he's hiding behind the fact that he's like, oh, this is all for religious shit and not just money. And it's so blatantly obvious that it's just money-grabbing bullshit where it's like, well, I'm just spreading the good word, blah, blah, blah. Fuck off, dude. That's not it. It's you rage-baiting people into getting clicks and shit, and then just using different successful archetypes to like rage bait people. It's the fucking worst. Like, I pisses me off so much, actually. And in many of these clips, you see him getting ruthlessly trolled by adult players, only for him to utterly fail to steer the conversation into a serious discussion about God.
I should probably tell you what I do.
Are you a hitman?
I got a particular
Are you
set of
a
skills.
Male on male porn guy?
No, I have a particular set of skills.
Taking it without flinching.
It feels like a bit. Like, it's kind of like, not in levels of Nikado, where it's like, I'm presenting this persona and I have all this kind of like crazy shit. I'm sure at a point he did start off doing this, but then he realized like, oh, I'm making a lot more money by rage baiting. So that, and I just don't think that the man is quick-witted enough or smart enough to like actually have interesting exchanges with people. So then it just divulges to, wow, really? Okay, so I guess that's it. Wow, okay.
And and I'm on 30 FPS. What in the fuck?
Bro, let's watch the F-bombs here.
Even when people try to genuinely tell him that they're not interested, he'd often force the conversation throughout the game in an incredibly antisocial way. And at times, the constant rejections from normal adults trying to play a video game would get to him. In one video, a man from China tells him to knock it off, only for him to start whining about how he's trying to stop his freedom of speech.
Oh, you want to stop my freedom of speech and expression? Okay, gotcha. I didn't know you were that oppressive. My bad.
Fuck off. In a Fortnite game, my God. It makes me sick to my stomach. As fun as it is to point and laugh at an overbearing Fortnite preacher, this man is very often having these conversations with incredibly young and impressionable children. In one diabolical clip, Dr. Witnesser gets into a game with what sounds like a 4-year-old child that can hardly articulate his words.
You know how much an Xbox cost?
No.
It costs $400.
Do you know how much the life of Jesus cost?
Even after hearing the boy talk about how he just got a brand new toy from Walmart, he gladly starts going into some spiel as if he's capable of retaining the information. All right, so you realize that if you die right now, you're going to go to hell, right? Because you don't believe in God? Oh, no! That kind of thing. That's not going to have a lasting impact on this child. You realize that you're a bad person, right? Your mom and dad are going to hell.
Some people think that's what you need to instill in children.
Well, I disagree. Obviously, these are maybe conversations of religion and stuff maybe you want to have with your parents or peers or I don't know, whatever, right? Dr. Witnesser believes he's doing the Lord's work, however, and this somehow extends to him straight up ruining Santa for one child.
I don't mind what you do, but telling the kid that Santa isn't real is messed up. Santa and Christmas is pagan idolatry, okay? If there's a kid who asks me if Santa's real or not, I'm going to tell him the truth. I'm not going to lie.
God. The kid's like, hey, I can't wait for Christmas. Yeah, you realize that Santa's not real. It's a pagan religion. It's adultery, right? You knew that, right? Stupid fucking kid. It feels that aggressive to me.
That feels like high schooler me. I would say that.
Yeah, exactly. You realize that God and Santa are probably not real, right? The only one that's real is the Easter Bunny. So I'd probably start worshiping him. Most people have no idea that he's streaming during these interactions, and when one teenager found out, kindly asked to not be posted online. He angrily rants and calls him weird and posts it anyways, which it's, once again, why? He got banned indefinitely on Twitch after telling a Muslim child, and I quote, if you were to die in your sins today, you'd be sentenced to hell.
Is he wrong, though?
We don't know. And see, that's why I believe in the good man. That's why I tell every child that. You realize that if you die right now, you're going to go to hell, right?
Yeah, are you baptized?
Yeah, specifically Muslim children. I don't even ask their beliefs.
You're going to hell when you die.
Thank you, Dr. Witnesser. You rule.
You think people should just get baptized just in case, even if you don't believe? Or does that not, is that a cheat code?
I don't think so, man. We see that a lot with like the Mormon wives and stuff like that, where it's like, you try to like, well, the Bible says this, but it doesn't say that. You think like an omnipotent God is going to be like, how did you skirt around that?
I just stuck it in and my friend was jumping on the bed.
Exactly. I put it in. I didn't know it was going to slide in so easily. Okay, technically, that is okay. The God I like to believe in, he's like a fucking like storm cloud. You think he has like a human body? People always like ask like he's like gonna shake my hand and shit. No, he's gonna be a fucking storm cloud that's just like, what did you do? Repent.
I think we're just kind of like a mole on like God's back.
In your ideation of the world, God is a human man, probably like an overweight Italian guy, and we're a mole on his back.
Yeah, like our universe is just a tiny mole on his back.
Really puts things in perspective, doesn't it? We're so small. We're this big of a mole on God's big hairy Italian back. Mamma mia. For a time, he claimed he would sue Twitch over this, but that doesn't seem to have happened. He's transitioned to other platforms, but he didn't make any waves until a particularly ridiculous stunt. On February 7th of this year, of our Lord's year, 2026, he'd randomly tweeted that he'd been in a horrible accident so bad that he'd possibly be disfigured for life. People were genuinely worrying and praying for him, not knowing that this was all complete and utter bullshit, right? But it's okay. Dude, I can white lie, Nick. All right?
Muslim boy, you're going to hell.
I got in a horrible accident, though. God's gonna love this. He'd fire up this next stream to reveal that he seemingly stole the Burnt Peanuts 3D model to use it his own, but with Bible in hand.
How are you going to sit here and post something on Instagram and act like all injured and this stupid filter? Well, it's not a filter. I woke up like this. I fell asleep watching the Bugulator. I woke up like this. I don't know what happened.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that a funny joke? It isn't. It definitely isn't rage bait to get you to click on the thing. Sympathy bait.
No.
Guys, it's a fucking bit. Come on! Oh my god! People fucking piss me off, man. Fucking JC loves this shit. Hey, yo, JC!
What up?
Dude, I hope Jesus sounds like that.
Yo, man. What the fuck is that?
Does nothing but listen to Will Smith. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Get jiggy with it. Ooh! Do it to him! That would be fucking sick. Yo, JC, that shit's lit. He's up here. He's like so short. He's like handling comes up here. What's up, man? You my man. After starting as a singular joke stream that he claimed would not be a rebrand, he almost immediately changed his mind and leaned all the way into it. He soon updated the model to resemble a cowboy, occasionally accompanied by an accent, and would constantly break the third wall to try and explain the terrible lore of this character and justify why it's okay to basically rip the entire idea, to the point where he was even admitting that he plans on stealing his mannerisms as well.
People like, well, you're copying his mannerisms. Yes, that's part of the storyline. That's part of the storyline. I am turned into a peanut, so I'm going to copy some of the Peanut's mannerisms because that's part of what being a bungulator is in my story.
Not only is he taking from the burnt peanut, but he repeatedly talks about him and tries to set up some collab so he can milk more views from him. And also, it's a great way where it's also trying to justify the actions. Well, he streamed with me, so it's fine.
So he's just trying to confuse people, right?
It's like when companies, like, they will make a product that looks exactly like something else, so people will mistakenly buy that thing instead of the actual thing.
He'd be like, oh, that's the burnt peanut.
Yeah. He did, however, add a new creative spin to the character that he can be 100% credited for, and it's that the model farts. In fact, he made a Twitch channel point reward that rings out endlessly alongside a green gas cloud from behind him. That's awesome. Yes. Okay, now that is actually fucking sick. It's really funny. Yo, you watched The Faithful Sheriff 2? That shit's tight, man. To The Faithless Sheriff, this farting meme is gold tier, baby, as he lets it rip constantly in the middle of talking to children. It's so freaking funny. You ever see a guy like fart in a video and there's always one comment that's always just like, seriously? What's funnier than farts?
It's the universal joke.
It's a universal joke.
Everybody can laugh at it.
As more people grind out content criticizing him and his reputation gets worse and worse, he has only tried harder to justify his routine of constantly talking to children. Not only is he interrogating children on stream about whether or not it's okay to talk to them to make himself feel better, but he's even been reduced to posting AI Google results about Fortnite's game demographic to prove that it's not entirely a kid's game, which obviously it's not entirely a kid's game, but you do openly talk to children a lot.
If you hear someone's a child, you should just be like, okay, I'm not going to talk to them for the stream, but it's like, I got to have that content.
Yeah, exactly. It's a conscious decision that you're making to be like, I'm going to clip this, or I'm going to even do this on stream because you know that's going to get a reaction. It's going to drive traffic to your channel. Just like in the past, he will go out of his way to grind out as much clips as possible to maximize exposure, even when it's completely inappropriate. Like, what am I going to do? Waste the content? Come on. Where's the Muslim kid at? You're going to hell. Isn't that right, JC? Thanks, JC. You're awesome. Sorry, Muslim kid. Why are you crying? Clips like this lead to him being yet again ruthlessly destroyed online. And what's wild is that the response to the endless memes at this expense are now leading into the realm of legal action. My boys, the Super Mega Boys, would post an edited image of the Faithful Sheriff's avatar with a realistic cock and balls, saying that he requested it. And it's very funny. It's a very, very funny tweet. The Faithful Sheriff laughed it off at first, but then people started gaslighting him into believing that he genuinely thought that it was his idea. And many even pretended to be Christian parents that were disappointed in him for putting up such heinous sexual content in the presence of children. He started anger posting about how this was all a lie, only for Super Mega to start posting very obviously fake DMs where he supposedly requested that they make the meme alongside a picture of him exposing his real penis for reference. It's so good. He then posted a video where he pleaded for people to believe him, even claimed that he will pursue legal action against them for defaming him. In an attempt to prove it, he shows his own DMs and tells people that the IRL image of him that they used is far far too small because he weighs 300 pounds.
This is not me. Y'all have seen me. This person probably weighs about 170. I'm 300 pounds. Not proud of it, but that's how much I weigh.
That couldn't be me because I'm a big boy, guys. Obviously. Why are you even indulging in this? Fucking moron. Am I crazy? As of now, Super Mega has now received the cease and desist in the mail. And ironically, this meme was just a copy of a similar meme that they posted on the Burnt Peanut a while back. If the faithful sheriff had just laughed it off and took it in stride, it wouldn't have gotten nearly as many eyes on it. The reason that it got so big is that he's like, oh my God, this is not true.
He took the bait.
Oh my God, hook, line, and fucking stinker, dude. The controversies wouldn't stop there. Around this time, the faithful sheriff decided to open up a community Discord, something that is constantly infiltrated by haters and trolls, which also, here's another thing. Community Discord, free open community Discords.
You gotta be careful.
It's like a prison yard. Many are claiming that mods are harassing them and banning them based on their gender identity. Others are claiming that the minors are being exposed to inappropriate content. Because the online space is flooded with people gaslighting him to continue the troll, it's difficult to tell what's real and what isn't. Unfortunately, he can't help himself from responding to tons of what are most likely just jokes at his expense. And that's where we're at with the faithful sheriff. It's been popping up. Mostly it was the Super Mega thing. Saw the Super Mega thing, and then you just see you click on one thing, and then your whole algorithm gets exposed to this bullshit. And it's like, it's the worst version of a copycat person. People like the Brent Rivieras and all the people who copy Mr. Beast and stuff, at the end of the day, they're their own entity. Are they taking things from that content? Yes, of course. Are people that are using food icons taking from the Burnt Peanut craze? Sure. You can't help that. That's going to happen. Also, people might just be like, I think it's funny and I like the Burnt Peanut, I'm going to do it. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's doing it in a way where it is so deceitful and it's so ironic coming from a person that's supposed to be a Christian with good values who is doing nothing but being a parasite online and using this like copycat method to financially get ahead. I really don't believe any of the virtues that he has is earnest. I don't think that it's like for a good cause. Maybe his content did start off with him like maybe wanting to do like, I'm trying to just tell people about the good word, but now it's come to the point where it's pathetic brain rot. People that post rage baity shit, after a while it gets so stale to people that they will continuously up that game to keep getting clicks. So who knows what happens now? I don't know. Never in a million years could the people building modern civilizations comprehend such a brain-dead topic like this to exist, and I'm sorry that I had to even indulge it on you, but it was on my mind. If you're someone out there who wants to take inspiration from their favorite creators and use it to make some fun content, by all means, go for it. I mean, that's how people start. You're in love with something and you want to emulate it. You want to like grow as that person. You want to become that person. It's how art gets made. That's how people interact and make things online. It's harmless overall, but there's something to be said about people who do it solely because they're desperate to latch on to whatever can get them views, to get them money, to rage bait people into clicking on something for analytical value. For people like the faithful sheriff, what else is there to say? The man is seeking out anyone, including children, to pressure them, to convert them while they're young and impressionable or in a bad spot in their life. He's not saving anybody. He's doing it all because he knows it pisses you off and you'll click on it. And I'm a part of that problem too. I'm making a video on it. But at the end of the day, I would rather there be a piece of content out there that is like having this discussion versus just letting it just be like, well, it is what it is. And conversations, if there was going to be religious conversations and stuff, not only should be left with mature adults, but it should also be people who are actively searching for something and not just like blatantly confronted with a fucking peanut farting with a cowboy hat on, trying to rage bait you into for a good vertical.
Channel, how you doing? How you doing? Coming in and sitting down because today we're talking about how people eat themselves. You know, we've all heard of cannibalism, right? People who eat the flesh of their own kind. Something most people find horrific and utterly fascinating. Well, today we're going to talk about a different kind of cannibalism, one that many of the people watching this video actively participate in. Oh, I bet you didn't know that, did you? Me? Cannibalize? Me? A cannibal? I could never! Liar! I'm talking about self-cannibalism, which refers to the act of eating one's self. Well, Hunter, I'm not cutting myself up and Jeffrey Dahmering myself. No, that's not what we're talking about. Because whether it's nail biting, hair eating, or gobbling boogers, that's technically a form of cannibalism. Ooh, gotcha! We got him.
I'm all three.
That's right. If you ever want to see the most disgusting fingernails on planet Earth, look at these. You're probably thinking, is this a man chained up in a cell? Is this a black and white photo of a man who was a prisoner in, what is it, Azkaban? Is that the wizard one? Sure, I'm keeping it there. Was there Death Eaters flying around? No, those are Nick's hands. Boy's got a few ticks, is what I gotta say. He is wound up tight.
It's hard for me to open a can of soda.
Yeah, no wonder. I'm like, you want a can of soda? I'll take a bottle of water. So today, we're going to talk about the gross reality of self-cannibalism. But first, let's learn a little more about what self-cannibalism is, right? We have to ask ourselves these questions all the time so we know we're all on the same page. Auto-cannibalism is closely related to... oh my God. God, that hot chicken sandwich earlier. I wish I just got like a burger. They seem like more of a burger place. It doesn't matter. I don't put this in. Auto-cannibalism is closely related with pica, which is the compulsion to swallow non-food items that provide no nutritional value. Like a bed. Show a picture of someone eating a bed.
My name is Jennifer, and I'm addicted to eating mattresses.
Or panties.
Do you think people that eat beds, that's gotta be carbs. Is there carbs in bed?
I guess it depends what the...
Is there carbs in bed? Is there carbs in bed? Yes or no?
Empty calories.
It's like a beer. People who engage with these habits often suffer from things like depression, anxiety, and OCD. I don't know what to do for OCD. For them, this becomes a way of relieving stress. That's actually so funny because that's literally what you told me with your fingernails. Show a picture once again of Nick's fingernails. Show a picture of his toenails. Your toenails like that?
Yeah.
Are they really?
I clip them though. Like I will get
Why?
clippers and I'll clip them down.
That's probably better than mine, dude. My toenails are rank. I got like a long one. It like grows over the curve of my. Why do I do that? Never once have I ever thought I'm gonna sit down and clip my toenails. Never. I pick up my big one, so it's all like jagged and shit because I just like peel it off.
I remember, I think it was my 6th grade birthday party. I had people over and I just took my sock off and started chewing on my toenail.
I'd ask you to go home, dude.
It was my birthday party.
I'm getting. Okay, did your friend leave?
No, he was just like, ew, what are you doing? And then another friend's just like, leave him alone. It's his birthday party.
It's his birthday. We just have to sit here while he eats his foot. You're just like.
And I realized I was like, oh wait, this is kind of weird. Maybe I shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
In front of people.
Yeah. That's a clue. Like you're holding your foot too. You're like scratching your head with it. People are looking at me weird. Other causes for these impulsions can be impatience, boredom, and irritation. And over time, this can become a serious issue if gone unchecked. Things like stomach ulcers, nausea, and internal bleeding, making this bad habit severely damaging to oneself. Also, I heard that if you eat a bunch of, like I eat my fingernails sometimes, click on those, I heard that they can make tiny cuts in your throat and shit. You know that?
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were going to say you can get worms that way. Worm eggs will hide under your fingernails. So when you eat them, you get worms.
Have you gotten worms before, Nick?
Well, at one point I thought if I ever had worms, I never got them treated. So
you like the worms? I've gotten worms, and I was just like, good neighbors is what they were. The causes are believed to be linked to mental illness, particularly psychosis. These harmful self-grooming habits are known as body-focused repetitive behaviors, or BFRBs, and can be genetic, starting at a young age. BFRBs have not been intensely studied and are often misunderstood and underdiagnosed. You think people eat their tongue?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen some. Don't you do that too? Don't you eat like a hole in your tongue? Or your cheek? That's what it was. I had a buddy who would eat the skin on the side of his tongue, whatever. He'd like do that, like chew on it, and he'd like chew on it, and he'd like spit it. It's just disgusting. BFRB. But with that said, I like to go through the many unique types of auto-cannibalism to show you just how strange they can get, with each one getting progressively more bizarre.
Today's video is sponsored by PDS Debt. You find yourself in debt? Are debt collectors calling you looking to take away your home, your car, your paycheck? The good news is, there's still a way out. Whether it's credit card debt, personal loans, collections, or medical bills, PDS Debt can find a personalized solution for you. PDS Debt has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and has tons of 5-star reviews on Google, plus a 5-star rating on Trustpilot. That's because PDS Debt has helped tens of thousands find alternative solutions and get out of debt in a fraction of the time. If you're currently struggling with debt, making payments every month, but balances don't seem to be going down, PDS Debt may be able to help. Being in debt and not having any money can be extremely stressful, and I went through this for a long portion of my life, and I sincerely hope I never have to go through it again. You're 30 seconds away from being debt-free, so stop living in debt and get your free assessment and find the best option for you right now at pdsdebt.com/papameat. pdsdebt.com/papameat. Thank you so much to PDS Det for sponsoring the video, and back to the video.
Let's start off with by far the most common form of autocannibalism, which is biting your fingernails. How do you say that word? Onychophagia. Oh, these are nothing compared to your nails, dude. It's crazy. How do you feel? You could be a poster boy for onychophagia. We need to make you like a Red Ribbon Army shirt that says BFRB and the thing. While it's a common form of stress relief in adults, it can lead to a variety of health issues like stomach infections, dental misalignment, and fungal infections, and even jaw pain from excessive biting. A man from Liverpool named Hanneman nearly died from this bad habit. After intense nail biting, he began to break out into a cold sweat and started to shake aggressively. I don't feel too good. He rushed to the hospital after seeing his fingernail had swollen up dramatically, and he had contracted sepsis and had to undergo 4 days under a hospital IV drip before recovering.
For that, I feel like he dipped his like finger in poo or something.
He was definitely, yeah, he fucking dipped his finger in poo, because he's probably digging down in there, getting poo in your finger like that. Didn't wipe go very good. It's itchy in me bum hole. Whatever, and the next one he's like, huh? And it's like huge, what? That kind of thing. Why does poo comes from you? Why is it so infectious?
Poo?
Yeah.
It's bacteria. It's your waste.
Yeah, with this. It came from me. What, I can't eat it? Just like shit all over my face. And on top of the potential health risks, many just find that they are ashamed of the way that their damaged hands look. Ashamed of the way their damaged hands look. Ashamed of the way their damaged hands look. Ashamed of the way their damaged hands look.
I think there's only been one time where I was afraid for just have a date look at my hands because she was.
Oh, just one?
She was
Why?
so beautiful. I didn't want.
You're like, I've only been on a date with one person I ever truly found beautiful. Keep that in mind, ladies. If he's not hiding his hands, you're a dog. But where this really starts to escalate is when the next stage, toenail biting, happens. God, you've done all of these, Nick. Not only does this come with similar risks, but it can cause serious interpersonal conflicts due to the gross nature of the act.
My birthday party.
Literally. God, dude. Do you eat your boogers?
No.
Okay.
I have when I was younger.
Yeah, just no. No. It's fine. We end on no. No. But I have done it before.
When you're little, I feel like that's like a thing.
How little, dude? When you were driving your car?
Yeah. 21.
According to one man, he has to secretly store mouthwash in multiple areas of this house so that he could clean his mouth quickly after kissing his girlfriend due to her excessive toenail biting. Also, dude, bro's down bad. She better have a whop on her if that's the case, dude. Be like, mate, why don't you just leave her? Leave her. Everyone's from Liverpool now. Why don't you just leave her? And he's just like, I can't. Got like cuts and shit from her toenail, whatever, on his lip. I can't. It's too good. It's like the genie granting me a wish every time. Nope, could be that good for me, dude. I'd be like, I'm getting the fuck out of here, man. Biting your toenail. If I came in and so was all curled up like a pretzel, like, I'd be like, and I'd leave. I say, snap, crackle, pop. I'm fucking out of there, dude. Others admit that they are in their 40s and still secretly bite their toenails when their wives are not looking. That's impressive. Do a quick, like, cat stretch real quick. And put it back down. Some even lament that despite the insane amount of pain they're under, they still can't help but rip off their entire nail plates of their toes.
See, I've had this compulsion where I was like, I just want to rip my fingernails and toenails off.
Why?
They're already so low. I was like, I just need to get rid of them. But I don't want the pain. It hurts.
We're starting to move on to much more concerning stages, which are much less commonly practiced. So let's move into dermatophagia. This is where, like I said, like once again, as we start rolling down, try to stay with me. It's gonna get worse. Gonna get kind of gross. Show a picture here. Dermatophagia.
We're gonna have a secret for all those who stay.
Yeah, but at the end of the video, we have a pretty awesome secret. So stick around. Seriously, don't leave. And if you skip in, I'll know and I'll kill you. I'll go to your house. I'll fucking kill you. I'll beat you with a hammer. You want that to happen? Then skip to this timestamp right now. This is a compulsion to bite and consume the skin of your own body. It's commonly performed on the hands, like chewing calluses and sucking on knuckles. Never have I once seen that in my life, and that would be fucking disgusting. See a guy like this? Why does that guy feel kind of good though, huh? I'm kind of sitting there, I'm like, It could also include other areas of the body, like biting the lips and cheeks to the point of causing painful sores. People that engage in this habit often have visible scarring on their body and have irritated skin. Similar to the precious types, dermatophagia can often result in infections, and the damage done to the skin can cause people to socially isolate themselves due to the shame and embarrassment of their condition. I just want to say this now, I don't want to sound rude, but anyone who does any of this shit, biting for your all that, hide. And don't come out. Go into a cave, pull a big rock over the opening, and stay there until you die, and let your soul rot in hell for all eternity.
Message received.
Message fucking receipt. One woman who was living with this disorder for over 20 years has dealt with a constant struggle to get rid of the bad habit, and even the risk of infection didn't motivate her to stop, with her longest break from the habit only lasting 5 weeks. People in relationships with those affected by this condition reveal that the constant sounds of chewing skin drives them insane. For the rest of I read this, just put that as background audio. One man begs for advice online, explaining that her hands, which are calloused, bleeding, and covered in loose skin, are so damaged that he no longer wants to hold her hand. It's devastating. Listen to that sound. He's like, I'm not touching that. Hold it. You know, she's like sitting there. It's like all looks like a chewed up hot dogs. You want to go for a walk? And be like, I just can't do it, dude. Adversity. You know what's one thing I can't do? Adversity. Any roadblock, I'm out of there. It's got to be perfect.
Could you imagine getting a hand job from those hands?
That'd be awesome. I bet you a hand job from some zombie hands would be insane. Be like a lizard's back or something.
That doesn't sound...
You don't like that?
No.
That doesn't sound very pleasing, honestly. And another woman online discusses her husband who, after recently getting married, witnesses him secretly peeling large pieces of his foot skin and eating it. The second that he comes home from work, pops his sock off, and goes to town. Once again, to the point where she feels too repulsed to kiss him. Peeling off your fucking heel skin like a anaconda shedding its skin is insane. But, you know, as we progress through the types of auto-cannibalism, things only start to get more bleak, like trichophagia. This refers to the act of ingesting one's own hair. Often to relieve stress, it can extend past just the hair on your head, but with some people pulling out beard hairs, eyebrows, eyelashes, and even hair from their genital area. You imagine munching down on some taint hair. This condition is seen mostly in younger children and can cause some pretty alarming health problems outside of usual bald spots that occur from pulling out your hair. Those that consume their hair for several years can slowly develop a trichobezoar to form inside their stomach. What? Just what? This picture. Pretty sure it's just a ball of hair, like a fucking cat. Ugh. Because hair is hard for the body to break down and digest, it gets stuck inside of your body. Essentially, a human hairball forms that can sometimes travel down your gastrointestinal tract and into the bowels as it reaches the limits of your stomach wall. This is known as Rapunzel syndrome and can result in its own terrifying list of complications. Trichophagia, if left untreated, can be life-threatening. The only recourse is invasive surgery, where somebody's got to come in and probably like pull that fucking hair out. Show some pictures of that.
Probably can't show that.
I'll show it. If it's blurred, I'm sorry. Even as a child as old as 9 was rushed to the hospital due to Rapunzel syndrome, Sophie Goss had been constantly pulling out and eating her hair, to the point where her mother started putting olive oil on it at night and giving Sophie gloves to prevent her from yanking on it. So she's probably like, whoop.
She was seasoning it.
Well, I was like, this is gonna taste delicious, probably. But she's probably like, it's probably like oiling it up. She's like, why can I not? At one point, she approached her mother and told her she felt like she was going to die after throwing up a hairball and passing out. She was rushed to the hospital where a hairball the size of her belly had to be removed surgically after it created a hole in her stomach. That's insane, man. Like, I mean, think about it. That's like a hairball like that big, like a hair volleyball. Now let's talk about one of the strangest types of auto-cannibalism, auto-vampirism. Simply put, these people are drinking their own blood, all right? We've seen some people kind of mess with it. Right? Brian Johnson, the man who's living forever. We deal in blood, but these people are drinking their own blood. They're stabbing themselves and like, They're like a giant Capri Sun canister, right? Often self-harming for the sole purpose of doing so. Some believe it is participated by some strictly for sexual pleasure, while others form an unyielding compulsion. Some also believe that consuming such a large amount of iron can actually be toxic to the human body. It's hard to know much about this specific condition, seeing as it's incredibly rare, but one woman, a 38-year-old makeup artist named Georgina Condon, documented her experience with this practice. She began picking scabs off her body and desiring a taste for blood at the age of 12, a feeling she compares to hankering for red steak. Can you imagine pulling off his scab and actually just like looking at the little motherfucker and being like, like a Listerine strip? Supposedly, she is terrified of needles and blades, which stopped being an issue once she met a man named Zamal at the vampire-themed Bloodlust Ball in Brisbane. He became her blood donor, cutting him and feeding from him every week to stay satisfied. She explains that she would never consume blood from another donor, as this would technically be cheating. Some people who want to consume parts of their own body choose to make it a whole event rather than just drinking their own blood. They decide to use it to cook an elaborate meal, like the woman who cooked a human blood sausage. Oh, this looks disgusting. Doesn't it look nasty? Das ist gut. Gwen Vandersvan, despite being dissuaded from doing so from her peers, decided to cook a blood sausage using her own blood. She didn't see what the big deal was, seeing as people eat pigs and cows without feeling anything at all. She slowly crafted the blood sausages, deciding to serve them to herself along with a friend. According to her, it was very enjoyable experience. I bet she's real fun. What, so we do it to cows all the time? I can't do it to myself? I hate when people do that shit. Oh, okay. So I guess should we just eat the dogs too? If my fat ass was given blood sausage and I was like, you want that? I'd be like, no. There's no way my blood can be good. I'd be like, no thanks. We now have to talk about the weirdest side of auto-cannibalism. Some people don't just eat their hair or small parts of their skin. They eat their entire limbs off their body. Let's talk about people eating their fingers. David Playpens, who was caught in a nasty motorcycle accident, had one of his fingers turn completely black. He was told he would have to have it amputated, but David had no interest in getting rid of it. He had also been curious about what human flesh tastes like and ultimately decided to take the finger home so they could cook it and eat it. He kept the bones as a souvenir. I've actually wondered what human tastes like, so I'd rather do that. I would say, excuse me? Would you eat if your leg was gonna be cut off? Would you cook and eat part of your leg?
No.
You said that was a lot of uncertainty. Would you?
So is someone going to cook it up and serve it to me?
Yeah, like nice. However nice it could be. I bet my fat ass thighs would taste sweet.
I'd be disgusted with it. I don't know. I'd be like, I just feel bad. My leg.
Sad eating her leg. Well, another man from New Zealand who suffered from severe depression decided on a whim that he would cut off one of his fingers for the purpose of cooking it alongside some veggies and eating it. No drugs and alcohol were involved. He was simply assessed by psychiatrists to have a vulnerable personality structure, whatever the that means.
Did someone tell him to do it?
Yeah, he's like, okay, fine.
Or the thought just popped up, might as well.
Well, I think I will, actually. It was revealed that after being attacked by two men, he fantasized for the first time about not only killing them, but eating them as well. He claimed doing this would, quote, rob them of everything, which he felt they deserved. I do love that he's just like, I want to kill him. I also want to eat him. Only then will they have paid their debt. During a depressive episode, he started battling on insomnia and started having endless thoughts about cutting off his fingers, eventually trying to shoelace around one and slicing it off with a jigsaw. He originally planned to cut off and consume 2 more fingers the next day, but was given more serious medical care before he could do so. He admits that he regretted the decision in the end. It's just like a crazed manic episode, basically. I wonder where the fingers, though.
Probably like the easiest thing to cut off and not like bleed out.
You think so? I feel like it's just something of like you have the thought and what's the first thing you see? He's just like, that's the first thing he saw. I feel like, I'd want, if I was going to eat part of myself, I want this part of your palm. Doesn't that just look juicy? Scoop that out with a melon baller.
I'd go for a little ham hock.
You like a little ham hock?
Or a little muffin top.
Ooh, my muffin top would taste delicious. My muffin top would be a sweet, baby. Nice little sweet potato with it. I'd be like, God damn, I'm gonna get a little sweet tooth after this. I want ice cream. To keep the train rolling, how about we talk about the death row inmate who ate his own eyeballs? Eyeballs, ladies and gentlemen. Not just one. Pop both his muffins in. There's a little melon bar. In 2004, a man named Andre Thomas was imprisoned after murdering both his wife, his 4-year-old son, and a 13-year-old daughter. It was reported that he cut out and held onto the hearts of both of his children and was doing so because God himself directed him to save them from the demons that lived inside of them, aka great mentally well guy. Not only did the doctors diagnose him as a paranoid schizophrenic, but he was also under the influence of a mixture of weed, alcohol, and cough syrup. I feel like the cough syrup was probably more to play there. Yeah, he was smoking reefer. Yeah, he drank a little alcohol. And he drank a bunch of cough syrup. Sure, we could blame the cough syrup all day. He was given the death penalty and put on death row, but a later case was made that he did not deserve to be executed, as he was mentally ill man, not sound of mind. Which I say, off, dude. All right, then fine, then kill the monster. You know what I mean? Put him down. Bye-bye. While the man was behind bars, he had become convinced that the government was listening to the thoughts in his head. This motivated him to gouge out both of his eyes. He made the decision to consume his left eye after the fact because, quote, he was certain they would figure out some way to put it back in. Which, wouldn't you hate that? The eyeball thing is crazy, but after reviewing this document, this was supposed to be the first one that we're going to talk about. But in my opinion, it is by far the most grotesque. So if you've made it this far, I appreciate you, but buckle up because I'm saying I want editor load this shit up with the most disgusting B-roll. This is by far the most disgusting section of the video. I'm of course referring to as mucophagy, which mucophagy refers to the act of feeding on your own mucus.
I like the word feeding.
I do too. too. Like a bib and stuff. For some, this is nothing strange. Who hasn't eaten their buggers at least once, right? As a little kid? Little pick and scratch, little eat, who knows? While most view this act as gross and unsightly, some doctors swear by the health benefits of ingesting your own mucus. According to Dr. Joseph Mercola, consuming your dried mucus acts as a sort of potential vaccine, strengthen your body's immune system by creating antibodies and help it fight future diseases. Researchers at MIT claim that eating boogers can help protect your teeth from cavities, as ingesting it releases salivary mucins that form a barrier on your teeth that blocks bacteria. Others believe that there's not really enough research surrounding booger eating to guarantee the benefits that some people say. And not only that, but it encourages the spreading of germs of household objects, which can lead to more people getting sick.
That's why you eat, with a spoon.
You eat it with a spoon. So outside of proposed health benefits or compulsion, some just enjoy the taste. And here's a nice quote straight from the booger connoisseur's mouth. He says, and I quote, "I've loved picking my nose and eating my boogers for as long as I can remember. Not only is the feeling of picking my nose very satisfying, the more substantial the booger, the more excited I get. The taste is unlike anything I've tried before. Amazing salty flavor. If it's a dried booger, it's usually even more delectable. But runny boogers are fun to be slurped up like spaghetti." A woman that had been married for 5 years has strongly considered getting a divorce after discovering her husband had been hiding a terrible booger eating habit. After walking in on it, she asked what he was doing, to which he smiled and exclaimed, "Eating my booger?" Why does this feel the most disgusting out of everything? This might sound dumb, but it's because he feels so juvenile. Does it feel like when people do it, they're almost like a baby or something? It's kind of like almost like diaper play or some shit with it. Eating my booger. I don't know. Also the texture and the color. She repeatedly voices her disgust over how giddy he was to admit what he was doing, almost as if he was proud of it. His habit caused her to struggle kissing him, grossed out over the thought of his boogery mouth, which I'd be saying, you're like, and you're just picturing in his gums, boogers in his gums or on his tongue or something. Oh god, because you know that was like whatever, that kind of shit. Ugh. It's not clear if they ever got divorced, but she admitted that she no longer respects him the way she used to, which is just awesome.
What if you found out if Allison was a secret booger eater?
I wouldn't care, dude. That's my
What if she's eating the horse's boogers?
If I went down and I saw my wife putting her face on a horse's nostril and she was eating that, I'd probably run. That's insane. That's insane. To be fair though, if it was a big like a big one, and she was like, I just don't know, dude. I just don't know.
Do you think? Okay, well, I think I know this answer, but is it worse to eat other people's boogers?
Yes. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Without a fucking doubt in my mind, yes. Oh my god. But as a final treat, we're going to throw in a story about a cult leader who made his followers eat his waste. So let's talk about the Thai feces eating cult. Tawi Nanra is a Thai cult leader who gained infamy in 2022 after police raided his remote jungle compound in Chayafum. The 75-year-old man was arrested after the bodies of 11 members were found alongside him. For years, Nanra ran a cult in which he referred to as the father of all religions. He taught his followers that all ailments and illnesses could be cured by eating his skin and various body secretions. His followers would consume his dandruff, mucus, skin, piss, and shit, and the various bodies found belonged to followers that foolishly believed in his treatments, and none of his followers were doing anything by force, with one officer witnessing a member willingly drink urine during the arrest. His followers chased after the police car as the 75-year-old man was taken away. They swore by their teachings, refuting criticism made by the public about their disgusting practices, and one member in regard to eating Nanra's waste states, quote, "There isn't even an odor. Only those with tainted mind may smell it." Which I gotta say goes so hard. You smell shit? Probably because you have a dark soul. That goes kind of hard, dude. He was denied bail and remained in custody as the police began an investigation into the cult's strange activity.
Could you imagine him just sitting there? Do you think he had nose pickers?
Oh, dude, no, I think that he's sitting there and he's doing his teachings. He's like, only through me is everything here. And he does this and a girl crawls up. Oh. Probably do it with and shit too. You have to suck my fucking eat my that kind of stuff too.
But only if you want to.
But only if I'm holy. I'm very holy. Listen, auto-cannibalism is a terrifying thing. But there's a treatment for these kinds of conditions like medication and cognitive behavior therapy that can help remove the obsessive compulsions that cause these problems. And if you're someone who just casually bites their nails or perhaps bites a callus or two, keep an eye on yourself. You may think it's stress relieving, but it's not entirely harmless. Thank you so much, and hey, I hope your bellies are full while you're eating your fingernails and skin off the heel of your foot and shit and boogers and all that during this. The booger section of this video, if you made it all the way through, I appreciate you. I don't know why, but shit feels so less invasive than the boogers. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have a clean mind. I have a clean mind, that's why. Thank you all so much, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit on down because today we're talking about some of the most vile people on the internet. Influencer parents. A while back, we did a video on the notorious Ruby Franke and her family vlog channel, 8 Passengers. We did it with my mom, and it was something that I found extremely fascinating, and it just made you sick to your stomach that somebody could basically prioritize content over their children. Not me and my kids. What if I told you at one time he was alive? Shit. If you don't know Ruby Franke, she made the national headlines for essentially torturing her kids behind the scenes, leave her trapped up in a house. It's fucking gruesome. There's been documentaries about it. Real fun stuff. I mean, what seemed like a happy, loving family on camera turned out to be a home filled with abuse and fear.
I'm only gonna say it one more time, and then you're gonna lose the privilege to eat dinner. Bitch.
And this story is not an isolated incident. This is something that's been reoccurring time and time again. It seems like a pattern where you cannot mix the selfish nature of content creation with raising a family, and especially whenever one relies on the other. Typically when content creation relies on idolizing your perfect life or perfect family. Doesn't mix, not healthy chemistry. So let's take a look at some of the worst family influencers out there. Starting off with Allie Ray, who, starting off fresh, home run swinging here, nearly killed her baby in the NICU because she was starving for a sandwich. Not the baby, Allison Ray. This controversial mother is a TikTok live streamer who is part of a niche online community called BegTalk.
Like and subscribe.
Smash that bell. Give me money. Which BegTalk is where they spend all day on TikTok begging for money. There's a lot of people that do it. Basically, people just being live, gassing people up to just throw money at them for virtually doing nothing besides sitting and having a camera that is live. And of course, getting pregnant gave her the perfect excuse to make content and beg for money on live streams, later revealing it wasn't an accident, but a plan to trap her 19-year-old partner. Lucky dog.
She's got like all the plays: begging, entrapment,
she's like
family talk.
She's like King Griffey Jr. in 1997, dude. Unstoppable. There's gonna be a couple people who are like, oh. At first, she claimed it was his idea, but later admitted that it was her plan all along. But things only got worse as the pregnancy went on. At just 33 weeks pregnant, Allie went into labor and was rushed to the hospital. Not wanting to endure a long birth, she pushed to be induced early, telling doctors she couldn't afford to wait since she relied entirely on live stream donations. Doc, I gotta be back live tonight. Can we squirt this thing out quick, please and thank you?
Yeah, just shoot me up with some of that juice.
Shoot me up through my spine with some of that juice and fucking get a coat hanger and start pulling, dude. All right? And after a few days in the hospital, Allie delivered the baby, and it was immediately rushed to the NICU and put on multiple breathing machines and monitors because it was delivered so fucking early, had to monitor it.
Well, she was live on TikTok saying like, I thought 33 weeks was when babies are born, not 38.
I don't know, maybe somebody who's educated on this can explain this to me, but like, what's the difference between delivering at 33 and 34 weeks? Because either way, the lungs are not fully developed until 37 weeks.
And her doctor was like, let's try to make 34, like really trying to push it.
Why don't we just keep threading that needle of like maybe 35, you know, that kind of thing. One would think that a new parent would be freaking out over their newborn's condition, but for Allie Ray, that was far from the truth. She was happy not to be pregnant and was live on TikTok. Thank God. She was reading comments and accepting roses and galaxies in the NICU. And people were already appalled by the behavior thus far, and she was already receiving a ton of hate for it. Nothing could have prepared viewers for what happens next. Sorry. While live streaming herself holding her daughter, Allie did the unthinkable. Since her baby daddy wasn't there to help out in the hospital room, she unplugged her baby from the breathing machine and monitors to get the attention of a nurse so they could bring her a turkey sandwich.
No, you're fine. It's not an emergency. Oh. I just was gonna see if you could bring me a turkey sandwich.
And it's so sad that this is all on video. Not even on video, it was happening in real time for viewers. Can you imagine just sitting there being like,
Yeah. Can you imagine the baby?
Yeah, the baby sit there just like. Allie clearly didn't think she'd done anything wrong, so she did it again in a separate live stream. This time, asking for a drink instead. I bet that was rage baiting. He's fine.
He's thirsty, and so is mommy.
And as soon as it happened, people clipped it and she went viral. Numerous reports were made to the hospital and CPS detailing what Allie had done. And additionally, viewers who had experiences in the NICU were outraged that a mother could disregard their newborn's health like that. Allie tried to defend herself by claiming the nurses told her to unplug the machine, saying, quote, "I was told that if I needed something, I should unplug it. That's exactly what I'm gonna do."
Jesus Christ.
God, man, you know what's kind of do you think that she really believes that though? I do think that there's levels of narcissism that come in that you maybe perpetuate a lie so much in your head that you legitimately believe that another person said it.
They probably like if you need anything, there's like this call button.
It was that's what I mean. And she's just like, oh well,
I'll just unplug.
She told me to unplug it so I could just like wheel myself over and get a 7-Up or a Squirt or a Vault. Hey, could you go down to the vending machine and get me a Vault? They're like, what year do you think it is? News articles came out on the situation, and the amount of backlash forced Allie to delete her TikTok account altogether. CPS would do an investigation, but Allie never faced any legal trouble for her actions in the hospital.
All it's gonna do is bring more traction to my page and more money in my pocket, so
happy ending.
So it's a happy ending for Allie, and I'm sure that baby's gonna be just fine as long as she has Vault and turkey sandwiches. In many of these controversial cases, the parents typically have more than 3 children. This provides a steady stream of content, and in theory, it's a good idea, but getting 5+ kids to cooperate is hard. Borderline impossible. And that's where parents lose their patience, like the case of Fantastic Adventure. I gotta say, this is a rough watch today. This is a sad one. I wouldn't say anything probably out of the ordinary. I would say as of late, a lot of weird stuff usually, but this one in particular, I don't know why. This case is so sad. In 2012, Fantastic Adventures began uploading a wide variety of children's content, ranging from scripted comedy skits to costume roleplay. The creator of the account, Michelle Hobson, would use her 3 biological children and her 7 adopted children as characters in each episode.
10 kids?
She's like, 2 more cheaper by the dozen. My favorite Steve Martin film. The channel quickly developed a loyal fan base that tuned into each upload, and at its peak, the account had over 800,000 followers and 250 million views. Hell, I'm gonna start signing up I'm gonna start adopting myself if that's the case. Can't lie, hey, the analytics don't lie. The channel went steady for 5 years until 2017, when controversy struck. Hobson's only biological daughter sent in an anonymous tip to the police for a welfare check on the home. That's a good sign. When police arrived, nobody was prepared for the horror that awaited inside the home. The first child they found was locked in a closet with no food or water in a diaper. The rest of the children were found starved and in a weakened state. According to the children, Michelle had repeatedly beaten them, forced them to take ice baths, sprayed them with pepper spray, and purposely withheld food, all because she believes that they didn't act well enough. And when we say pepper spray as well, just for the video, I don't want to be too gratuitous, but she's not spraying it into your eyes, she's spraying it in, let's just say, an inappropriate place, which just makes me think, like, what kind of sadistic do you have to be? Can't say that. What kind of sadistic fucking freak do you have to be to do that? It appalls me.
Power trip, I think.
Do you think it's just a power trip, or do you think that the person's just like, wait, I have to upload. I have to, like, going and saying, I gotta get, hey, views are down. Steven, could you come over here?
Well, it's one of those things because she's saying based on poor performance. It's like she's like a theater like person.
Well, that's what I mean. Based on poor performance, do you think she means like view-wise, or do you think that she's just like, you guys aren't trying hard enough?
I think it's you guys aren't trying hard enough.
Yeah. See, that's what happened in the Ruby Frankie thing too, when she's like, you need to smile and say this, and they're like, can I fucking do anything else right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brutal, bro. The children were also found to be developmentally behind because they hadn't attended school in years and instead were kept at home to film and act in YouTube videos constantly. Whoa! And as soon as these conditions were discovered, the children were removed, and Michelle and her 2 older biological sons were arrested. The 2 sons were charged with failing to report the abuse since they allegedly knew what was happening in the house, but the charges were later dropped because there wasn't enough evidence to support them being a part of it.
It's kind of like Ruby Frankie's husband.
Well, I've always been confused about Ruby Frankie's husband because I'm like, what the fuck were you doing? What I don't understand is he's like, well, she kicked me out. I'm like, you didn't want to check on your kids once? He's like, well, I had my faith.
Like, seemed fine on the cameras.
It's fine. How can you watch this go by? It's just weird. Michelle was charged with 5 counts of unlawful imprisonment, 2 counts of molestation, and 7 counts of child abuse, but she never served jail time. because after being deemed mentally incompetent, she died in a hospital in 2019, effectively bringing the Fantastic Adventure saga to an end. You're mentally unfit, she just fucking like boils in a room. The only thing keeping her alive was pointing a DSLR camera at her. She's like a fucking Japanese like yokai spirit. She's like the ghost in the ring. The nurse is just like cracking the door and looking in. Film me! Film me! Like the Wicked Witch of the West or some shit. Yeah. Most parents will go great lengths to ensure that their kids are healthy and happy. However, one Australian mom got exposed for doing the complete opposite. Let's talk about the Harris family. Alana Harris and her husband, Brock, ran a popular family TikTok account with their 1 million followers under the name The Harris Family. Scrolling through the videos, you would think that they were just another happy family sharing their vacations, pregnancies, and family events with the world. The family had 3 kids, 2 boys and a daughter, Daisy, who was diagnosed with tuberous sclerosis complex, which is a rare genetic disorder that causes non-cancerous brain tumors to form. This diagnosis was devastating for the family, and Alana regularly posted her daughter in the hospital, providing the audience with regular updates and expressing gratitude for your support. Oh my God, thank you for watching and donating. I appreciate it. And eventually, a GoFundMe was set up and raised thousands of dollars to cover the cost of Daisy's medical procedures. Yet, after countless operations, doctors noticed that Daisy wasn't getting any better and that her condition was staying the same or even worsening. So a toxicology report was conducted, and it showed that her blood content had high levels of benzodiazepines, other commonly known as Xanax or Valium. Whoa. Fun one. This obviously raised red flags for doctors as they had never prescribed any drugs like that, and doctors continued to investigate the source of the drugs. And it didn't take long to uncover that Alana had been deliberately drugging her child to keep her sick. Gypsy Rose, ladies and gentlemen. That's like a Munchausen thing, right? Yeah. Munchausen by proxy or whatever. Take the Xanax. It'll make you feel like you have wings. Well, I guess for a kid, it'd be the same shit of just like, yep, you have to take it. Just that authoritative tone, you know?
You're sick, honey.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, dude. Fucking unbelievable. Alana did this because she benefited both financially and socially by keeping Daisy sick for content, a pattern consistent with Munchausen syndrome by proxy. The investigation report was handed over to the police, and all of Alana's children were removed from the home while she was taken into custody. Thank God. Brock, her husband, if you forgot that he was fucking there, like every one of these husbands, was initially suspected of aiding his wife and poisoning their child, but he later claimed that he was completely oblivious to the whole thing. I hate that. I fucking hate that. Here's a quote from him.
I had no idea about what Alana was doing to Daisy. I pushed her for these surgeries because in my heart, I felt it would help.
But I didn't do a single thing to put... It's him just being like, he's on his lazy boy watching TV. Babe, we should do that. Am I out of line by just being like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, there's definitely is like a disconnect, but I could see it.
A disconnect? Hey, I couldn't help but notice that fucking lumpy Lou over here keeps growing things in her head. Like, what the fuck? And you just keep giving her pills. Or you never once saw her give her a pill? Word? Not once? Why, so are you taking care of it? Yeah. Okay. Like, is that as involved as you are? Like, it just seems insane. Every other friend I have that has a child, like, they know every single thing going on with that child. Like, medication they're taking, anything. Surgery's coming up, whatever. So you just be like, well, I just thought she had it totally covered.
That's what I think it was. It's more like, it's not odd to be like, here, take this vitamin or whatever.
No. Her giving the medication to her daughter. I mean, like, you're gonna trust the fucking person that's raising you, right? Yeah. But I just mean, I am so livid by these usually, I mean, in almost all these cases, Ruby Frankie and in this one here, it's like, are you doing nothing? What are you doing? Yeah. Well, I have to work.
I worked 8 hours today.
Well, I didn't. I mean, I just usually come home and I see her lumps and I say, well, okay, well, we gotta figure something out. Well, I get sleepy and I go to bed. I mean, does that not sound ridiculous, dude?
It's emotional. Like, you see your child lumpy and you just kind of want to disconnect and...
Oh, do you think that's what it is too? He's just like, I can't deal with this.
Yeah.
Like the stress of having to deal with that.
I think it's...
What a good father. I just can't. Yeah. Hey, babe, I'm going to go play Halo Wars in the basement.
Halo Wars?
Did you give her a vitamin? Okay, just making sure. Yeah, Halo Wars. He's like, all he has is an Xbox 360. He's playing games from like 2011. Hey, babe, I'm gonna play Sneak King. He's like, just plays the Burger King game and the Online, many people were disgusted that they even supported someone like this and spread the story all over the internet. This ensured that the Harris family would be under a microscope for the rest of their lives. Following Alana's arrest, her TikTok account would be shut down. She would be charged with poisoning, torture, child exploitation, and fraud. Which I will say, 2 back-to-back. At least we have 2 arrests back-to-back. Usually on some of these, it's just like, well, actually, to be fair, one melted like a witch and the other one. They're like, you're insane. She's like, yeah! And this one, they're like, all right, I guess you have to go to prison. Are you going to melt? I don't think so. There are many challenges that come with raising a child, as each child is obviously different. So when you use your kids for content, it can be hard to get all of your kids to align with your narrative or brand. AKA, once again, Ruby Frankie. Got to get them all together. Kids go through like fucking puberty. They get all moody and all that kind of shit. And after a while, you're like, you need to smile. Mama needs to post to YouTube. We need roses on TikTok. Which, let me tell you something. This is another gut. I mean, all of these are going to be gut punches, but I remember when we were reading this one, it made me actually sick to my stomach. Because for one family, their adopted child was more work than they bargained for. The Ohio-based channel was called The Stauffer Life. Micah and James Stauffer built a family lifestyle brand, gaining over 700,000 followers on their main channel and 300,000 on their garage spin-off channel. And in each video, the parents showed off their hectic life with their 4 kids as they took them to their appointments, celebrated birthdays, and other life milestones, right? 2016 and 2017 marked an exciting time for the family as they were in the process of adopting a 2-year-old from China who they named Huxley, making sure to record every update along the way. The child they were adopting had severe autism and they were aware of it. And many viewers cautioned the parents about the work it might take to ensure Huxley was properly taken care of. If you already have that many kids and then all of a sudden you're throwing in someone who's going to need that much time and attention, I think people really underestimate what a task that is.
Yeah.
For severe autism, where it's at that point, it's like they can't take care of themselves, you know? But despite this, all Micah had to say was, quote, "But if anything, my child is not refundable." Yet, that's exactly what she did. In 2020, fans began to notice that Huxley stopped appearing in vlogs. Shortly after, a video would be posted answering their questions. After only 3 years of living with the Stauffers, Huxley was sent to a different family within the United States. The reason why Huxley wasn't in the videos is because, like the comment said, they were unprepared for how much work it would take to give Huxley the proper care. And in a now deleted apology video, both Micah and James tried to claim that while they were aware of Huxley's special needs, there were still a lot of unknowns surrounding the conditions.
Do I feel like a failure as a mom? Like 500%.
And fans were outraged at Micah for exploiting her special needs child for views and began turning against her. And fans also created a change.org petition to remove the Stauffer's life's monetization, to which they succeeded. They cut their fucking money.
The one-time change.org.
Yeah, the one-time change.org does some shit. Though the Stauffers were never legally charged with anything, their lives and online reputation have been completely gutted because of their greed. Which I want to say too, first off, knowing that a child that's going to need that kind of attention is coming and you're like, yep, I'm totally fine with that. And then to later spend years with a child developing a relationship and then just be like, I can't. I think in many cases, especially if it's still a child and there's another family who's like, we will give them a better life, I don't think there's anything wrong with being like, this is just too much. I think it's just the angle of you 100% could tell that the Stauffers were like, this is going to be a gold mine.
Yeah, here's my little autistic baby. We could,
yeah.
You know.
So then they're pawning it off like literally like an animal. Yeah. Like, oh, this is a dog we don't want anymore. There's no morality that way too. And then two, to not be, that's one thing. I don't think people have to be extremely transparent online. I think you have obviously like a personal life, but you don't even update it to where it's like, hey, here's this child that we have now. And then all of a sudden he's just not there anymore, as if no one's going to notice. It's insane. It's just, it's fucking gross. It's gross because I look at it the same way like rich people would buy like, I don't know, an expensive car. Yeah. Or something. Well, I like the model, but I just want something new. It's like that. It's that hands, like it's, I don't know. All narcissists, right? I think all content creators are. They have to be to an extent. But I think I probably am too, dude.
Not us.
Probably us. Probably. Sorry, dude. I fucking suck too. I don't know what I'm supposed to tell you. I haven't adopted a Chinese severely autistic baby though and pawned it off on somebody else, so I don't know what I'm supposed to tell you. The only Chinese baby I have is Modine. Danny, want to give Danny a kiss? Oh. He gave him a lot of vault earlier, so he's... There it is. Oh my God, Modine. Jesus Christ. Get it out of here. What the hell is wrong with you? Religion plays a big part in a lot of families' lives, with faith being the glue that holds them together. One example of this on social media was Our Unique Family. Very culty vibes.
Our Unique Family, yeah.
Our Unique Family.
We are chosen by God.
Which it was run by a rabbi and his 9 adopted sons.
I was just like, this is me and my boys. Run by a rabbi and his 9 adopted sons, the TikTok account proudly showcased their Jewish faith, sharing family-friendly content that entertained over 300,000 followers. Chaim Cohen was seen as a righteous man for adopting these 9 boys and giving them a better life outside of foster care. They lived in a huge house, were homeschooled, and seemed to have everything they could have ever needed. But this image would come crumbling down when his 18-year-old son called into an Atlanta podcast and revealed what was truly going on inside the house. According to the Sun, Chaim had been abusing and neglecting all of his sons for years. He repeatedly withheld food and locked them in their room until 4 p.m., only to abuse them when they were freed. And after the call to the podcast ended, police went to Chaim's house, removed all the children, and took him into custody. When questioned by police, it was discovered that he had been lying about his identity and faith the whole time. That's so crazy, man. That's so fucking crazy. Chaim changed his name in 2009, around the time he claimed to convert to Judaism. He wasn't even a real rabbi, and his claims that his kids come from Jewish families was false too. As soon as they moved in, he changed their names to sound more Jewish, just like he had done with his own name. He also made them grow side locks to fit into the online narrative and just kind of the general look of the people that would be watching Jewish family vlogs, you know. And on top of that, right around the time this all came out, he had started to appear on camera in a wheelchair and an air mask. Yet when he was taken into the hospital, doctors found that there was literally nothing wrong with the fucking guy. In the end, Chaim was sentenced to 135 years in prison for multiple counts of child abuse and 1 for injuring a child, with the judge's final words to him saying, quote, "You're gonna die in prison," which is so fucking sick, dude. That's the only time I ever envy being a judge, is when you get to really just fucking put that nail in that coffin. Hey, guess what, Chaim, or what are the ghoul, or whatever the fuck you want to be called? Bye! Boom! That's what I do too. And I'd be like, you know what? On the way out, break his ankles. That's the kind of judge I'd be. Break his toes. Recess and we'll break his toes. Hit him. If anybody opposes, I'm shooting you in the chest. Judge Angog. That's my show. I'm Judge Judy's fetal alcohol syndrome child. All of Chaim's social media accounts are still up but haven't been touched since the arrest in 2023, except for his website, which turned into a Singaporean online casino. Was he hacked, or is Chaim still working in the shadows behind the scenes? Who knows? And lastly, we can't end the video without talking about one of the first family channels to ever face controversy, and it's coming back to light, and it's one of the main reasons we even wanted to talk about this, is Daddy of Five's back. This channel, if you don't know Daddy of Five, the channel consisted of father, Mike Martin, mother, Heather Martin, and her 5 kids from other marriages. Not even his kids. Maybe some of them are, I don't know. It's a whole hodgepodge. It's a hot potato situation is all I gotta say. Like most family channels, they posted vlogs on their day-to-day life, jumped on viral trends like the, 1,000-degree knife challenge, and tried to record their day to life as much as possible. Just regular bullshit, following trends, yada yada yada, YouTuber bullshit. All of these videos performed well, but what really brought in the views were their pranks, which eventually became the majority of their content. Videos like Dad Stink Bombed Son's Room and Silly String Wake Up Prank were some of the more tame pranks that drew in millions of viewers. However, as more people tuned in, it became clear that many of the pranks were not so harmless. More often than not, the pranks involved a child getting hurt or extremely upset, usually at the hands of the parents. One of the younger children, Cody, was specifically targeted in most of these pranks. And there's a lot of things too, man. It's kind of fucked up. I mean, I think that they've even said recently where it's like, it was all fake, blah, blah, but some of these videos, it's like the kid has a busted lip. I mean, in the video, you see him getting pushed down by his other older, bigger brothers and stuff, and the dad just laughs or the mom just laughs. It's fucked. Like, there's no other way to say it. It's all fucked up. And in 2017, the channel uploaded a video titled Invisible Ink Prank, which would get them in serious trouble. In the video, mother poured invisible ink on the carpet in Cody's room, leaving stains, and blamed it on him. Both Heather and Mike screamed at Cody to the point where he became visibly distressed and started to cry. This went on for 5 minutes, and once they revealed that it was just a prank, nobody except the parents were laughing. Many people were upset by the prank, believing it had gone too far, and clips from the video went viral and made national news, prompting an investigation into the family. And a few months later, Heather and Mike took on an Alford plea, meaning they didn't admit to guilt, but agreed that there was enough evidence to convict them. With this plea came 5 years of supervised probation, and both Cody and his sister Emma were given to their biological mother. After the controversy was over, the family had attempted numerous comebacks to no avail. Mike Martin started a music career in 2019, releasing 2 rap albums, 2 heavy metal albums, and he also posts vlogs, slam poetry, and boomer-style reaction videos on TikTok.
Hating so much that I'm levitating and waiting for a miracle. but I'm cynical, so I turn to the biblical. But I'm a criminal, so it's difficult.
His oldest son Jake followed in his father's footstep and has also started in his rap career, as well as a clothing brand. As for Heather, she uses TikTok like a Facebook account, posting updates about her life, including her kids' graduation, family vacations,
Examination after examination with cross-examination.
and other family gathering bullshit stuff. To this day, Mike and his family strongly deny any abuse at the home. They say CPS never removed Cody and Emma and claims the biological mother just hated them.
Yeah, the older son interviewed his dad, and in it, he asked, like, what would happen if none of this controversy, like, if we didn't get in trouble, and be like, oh, man, we'd be set for life, man.
Yeah, it's just one of those. It's just so, in my opinion, I mean, that's the thing with online stuff. Who really ever knows anything? But from all the stuff that's in front of you, it's just so obvious when someone's guilty, you know?
I've never, yeah, we're not going to plead guilty, but you got enough evidence, so we're not going to deny
Well, yeah, it's just like, all right, well, I'm not going to deny it, but at the same time, it's like, I guess you got me. Yeah, I guess it all looks kind of weird. It's just bad angles. You know, it's like, what the are you talking about? Many parents have fond memories of picking up a camera and recording videos of their kids to enjoy for the future, right? Trying to create little time capsules for themselves to enjoy later on. However, some take it a step further and allow the internet into their home by posting vlogs and other content showing off their picture-perfect lifestyle. Though their lives might look perfect, many of them are hiding a dark secret. I want to say almost all of them.
My hair looks fucked up. I would not film like this. So just go.
Okay.
So if you ever wish that your family was more like the ones you see online, just know that not everything is always sunshine and rainbows. And two, I say this, just if you have a family, don't fucking make content around it, man. Be a guy, you know what's a cool dad? The outdoor boys guy.
Oh, yeah.
Just like a guy being like, yeah, I'm gonna go camping, I do this. And like sometimes he'll bring his son along, but it isn't just like him being like every video, like, buddy, what do you think?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Or a guy who's just like, I'm a dad and I'm restoring a boat in my garage.
Well, he even stopped his channel because he's like, you know, we blew up too big and I don't want like...
Yeah, it was affecting his personal life, which I gotta say, respect to that guy, man. It's fucking cool. There's nothing wrong with being a parent making content. It's just whenever you're using your situation to manipulate others, using your children to manipulate others for financial gain or for social credit is just fucking gross. And I think inevitably that's what a lot of it turns into. Stay safe out there. And I appreciate you all for watching.
Uh-oh, Pepper needs a diaper change.
Not everybody can be a great online influencer dad like me and Pepper. Uh-oh. I saw the comments. I know you guys like watching Pepper just he dances. This is not... Pepper! Pepper, stop! Stop, Pepper! Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming and sitting down because today we're going to be talking about the T-App disaster.
What?
There's a lot going on in the world. Recently, the #1 app on the Apple App Store, T, just suffered a massive data leak that exposed thousands of users' personal data. Data breaches occur online way more than you think, and in fact, your data has probably been sold hundreds of times already. But this data leak from this specific T app is uniquely bad, kind of funny, and pathetic. It's all of these things wrapped up in one, enough for us to be like, this is funny, let's talk about it. So, users of the T app had to basically submit pictures of themselves or their driver's license, passport, all that kind of shit to access the app itself. In 2025, more companies in the industry are moving towards the same requirements, putting way more people at risk. Data breaches happen all the fucking time, and now companies are just like, we need every bit of your information, but not only that, we need pictures of it. We need to hoard it together, which is, it makes sense, but good God. As additional information comes out about the leak, it seems that it was completely preventable, and the T app was lying to its users about its data collection. No. An app lying about the data collection? No, come on. This whole ordeal appears to be the tip of a larger iceberg that is going to be slowly revealed. It's just the start of something bigger, and I don't know if we are ready for it. So let's dive in and uncover what really happened.
Here? Motherfucking T.
What exactly is the fucking T app? What is it? Because when I first heard about it, I was like, is it just legitimately about tea? Which is dumb, but it's almost like tea. Tea's popular. Popular drink. Long time. Get some leaves, throw it in some soup. You drink it. You know, I don't know. But T app is actually a little gossiping ass app for little catty bitches, all right? Back in 2023, CEO Sean Cook created the app after his mother kept matching with criminals on dating apps. And I want to say right now, I feel Sean's pain. My been through hell and back, right? Well, this is a tragically sad story.
It is sad, and you know, I just say don't shoot your animals.
Well, I thought it was an accident. Was it not an accident?
No, I don't think so.
Better call that bitch Dante, because she has traversed hell and came back to Earth. Wanting to save his mother from online freaks, he created what is known as a whisper network, where women can share their experiences or stories about men that they've dated or encountered. Which, in theory, is cool, because you could be like, this guy, he shit his pants and he was like squishing around my car. If I was a woman and wanted to know about, I would want to know that, you know? Because then if he's perfectly normal, I'd be like, why did you do that? Hiding something devious.
To be honest, I thought like Tinder and Hinge and Bumble had that for women. Like secretly women could like rate you, and then that way they could like see your score inside.
Well, first off, I don't know if a rating system is... I'm thinking about it. I didn't get any fucking dates back in the day. I had one date. I got one review and it's a star from a fucking crazy person, and no one wants to date me. You know what I mean? That could be fucked up. I just thought it was something where it's just like messaging or whatever and be like, oh yeah, hey, it's a weird story. This guy just shit his pants on our date or something.
What if it was a one-off? If I shit my pants, I don't want women telling other women that I shit my pants.
Well, then it becomes every date, which this is kind of how it is anyways, but every date is just is basically a job interview.
Yeah.
So what happened with the shit your pants thing? I'm sick.
Drank too much chocolate milk.
Really, yeah, exactly. Drank a lot of chocolate milk and some cheese. I was just nervous. I'm sorry. But this app is not the first of its kind and is one of numerous groups where women can go online and share information. Apps like Are We Dating the Same Guy? And nationwide Facebook groups of the same name all offer the same service, except the T app has a slight twist. Basically, women can create profiles of men and explain why they're a red flag. Other women can chime in with their own stories and vote using red or green flags, like Reddit's upvotes and downvotes. That seems a bit.
That's fucked up.
Tiny dick. But he paid for the bill. Green flag. He has some money. Whatever. You know what I mean? Can you imagine someone just be like, has a small dick and then like just ruined?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, horrible.
Well, some women like that.
Oh, that's true. You know, be kind of fucked up. People would probably be looking through red flag categories. Be like, I don't like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, I like that.
I like them abusive.
Yeah, exactly. Chokes and binds. Further protections, such as being unable to screenshot within the app and requiring female IDs for sign up, ensured that it was an exclusive only women's club. Boo!
Jeez.
I don't know, we can keep that or don't keep it, I don't know. In theory, this system would allow women to stay away from catfish and predators, and as it grew in popularity, it seemed to do just that. But in late July of 2025, the app exploded in popularity and saw a 525% increase in its downloads. Platforms like TikTok and Instagram were used to promote the app, and tons of young women were instantly hooked, spilling all kinds of fucking gossip and tea like that. Isn't this, well, no, I guess it's not. I was gonna say, isn't this what Zuckerberg did? But didn't that motherfucker just be like, would you this one or this one? Yeah, probably. She's a dog. And like, whatever. So it's not really that, but let me ask you this, Nick, just to have it out there. Well, listen, I'm a local feminist.
Me too.
We all are. If men had an app like this, would it be seen another way?
They made it at a response.
How's the response been?
Oh, men love it.
No. Is it considered misogynistic?
Oh, yes. Definitely.
Okay. That's just a little double standard, all right? Because maybe I want to fucking be like, yeah, she dips Lay's chips in ketchup. Red flag!
She doesn't know what a chicken is. I had a date like that. A duck flew in front of our car, and she said, ooh, look, a chicken.
Start texting. Does it know what a chicken or duck? That's a chicken or a duck. Yeah. Does not understand the concept of bird. That's only fair. That's only fair. Tea should be for both. You know what? Goddamn, I'm tired of it being teas just for the gays and women. Why the fuck can't I say tea? Tea. I want to drink some tea.
Spill the tea, sister.
I want to spill the tea. Let me spill the tea. The bitch dips her Lay's chips in ketchup and she can't identify a bird. I'm not saying the two can't either. I'm saying can't delineate a chicken or a duck. Red flag. She smelt great, didn't know what a chicken was. That's what I mean. Is that not only fair? And I just spilled the tea. It's all over everywhere. I spilled it. That's all I'm saying.
Wait! We want to thank today's sponsor, GamerSubs, our longest, most beautiful sponsors on this channel.
You can go to gamersubs.gg and get our own flavor, raw meat. That's right, baby. It's one of the best. I'm going to say it's the best right now, and I think I need you to try it right now. It's keto-friendly, sugar-free, and there's non-caffeinated options if you have a little quail heart and it's too much for you. But also, GamerSubs right now has carbonated energy drinks.
Move over, Red Bull. There's a new sheriff in town.
They got all kinds of flavors right now, guys. And let me tell you, if raw meat keeps going the way it is, they're wanting to put that little bitch in a can and sell it as well. So be sure to check out my flavor, raw meat. And also, if you're unironically just wanting like a carbonated energy drink or more of the shaken energy drinks type stuff, Gamer Supps is the way to go. It's fucking awesome. It is a very, very nice product. So thank you so much to Gamer Supps for continuously sponsoring these channels. And hey, go check them out. You can get free samples. If you like big anime titty cups, they do tons of drops with different creators. It's just a nice thing for if you're a fan of online content and if you're needing a little extra energy boost. So thank you so much for Gamer Supps for sponsoring this video, and back to the video. Now, millions of women were sharing their experiences and gossiping about the men in their lives. While it might seem like a paradise, a lot of men were very upset with the app. And by a lot of men, I think it's just guys who have already a bit of hatred anyways.
Yeah, towards the female race.
Right? Which honestly, you know what? Every single man, I think they kind of do. I think there's something there. If you're a single man out there, I think there's a little hate in your heart. Just a little bit, especially because they couldn't join and see what was being said about them. And most of the female users of the app thought that the men reacting in this way were just being childish. So why did this anger so many people? Why did the app fucking make people so livid? It's understandable that an app for women. God. It's understandable that an app made for women could restrict men, but what's driving so many men to try and join? As it turns out, many users on the T app were allegedly making false claims about specific men. And furthermore, the core component of the app involves users creating profiles of men without their consent.
I'd hate that. Take my Tinder profile, and then when women see my Tinder profile, they're not gonna swipe.
They're fucking me up from getting some pussy.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, if there's not even a snowball's chance in hell I'm getting pussy, I'm gonna kill myself. It's what Matt thinks some of the guys are saying. Some of the men these women were discussing were definitely deserving of the criticism, right? Not everyone's a perfect little flower. However, there's no filter or fact checking for claims, so anything could be said about anyone with no consequences. And as soon as this was discovered, oh shit, men started gaining access to see what the was going on. Some ended up successfully getting on because guess what? There's a thing called Google and you can be like woman and just download a picture and fake an ID in your end.
That's actually what people are doing because the Britain law, you have to show like your face. People are using Norman Reedus' face from Death Stranding 2 because it looks so realistic.
And on TikTok, numerous men have made videos explaining their distaste for the app and the slander that has been said about them. One man found out through a friend that he was listed on the app where multiple women had claimed he was a fresh off the boat, didn't speak good English, and would stare at women until they got uncomfortable. They also claimed that he was a door knocker. What the f is a door knocker? But in reality, he owned a door-to-door home consultation service.
Well, that is my business. I door knock on people. I have a home service company, so I have to door knock on people. That's what I do for a living.
Oh, they're saying that he was a...
Yeah, he'd go up and knock on the door. Ew, creepy!
Yeah, he's a door-to-door salesman, which I would say that would make my pussy all dry too. I'll say that right now. I hate door-to-door salesmen, but still, I like how they're just like, oh wait, you two, what? Are you a millionaire? No? Ew! Red flag! The lies have gotten so out of hand that the app was used to spread rumors of a serial killer in Detroit. That's so sick. It's so awesome. Shortly after the breach occurred, posts began to surface online claiming a serial killer dubbed the Teabag Killer was on the loose in Detroit and had already murdered 5 women. According to the post, women who had exposed men in their lives on the T app were found murdered with Lipton tea bags stuffed inside their mouths. See, I was like, I believe this, but I'm like, the Lipton tea, you got too far.
It's very Batman villain.
It's very, but that makes it awesome. The Teabag Killer. This is what you get for saying about me, bitch. Yeah, I'm a door-to-door salesman. You. Yeah. Do you think he like waits for them to get home? Like the lights are off, pick up their purse and throw their keys in the thing. The light turns on. He's just sitting in the chair with a glass of tea.
Yeah.
Stooping it. Welcome home. What I will think would be cool though is that if the Teabag Killer, he kills him. I'm not advocating for women to die. I'm just saying in the Batman context, right?
Yes.
Batman context. If there was a serial killer, he killed somebody, and then when they're dead, he fills the dead mouth with hot water and then leaves a tea bag in it. So when the cops come, it's a freshly thing. They're like, the mouth's all burned up.
Yeah, I like that.
It's kind of fucking sick, actually. The Teabag Killer. whoosh, you know. The post continued by saying that a victim, whose identity was concealed by local news, had received a picture of a box of tea with her name on it. Supposed images of the murderer were also beginning to surface online, and it wasn't long before the story went viral and women on the tea app in Detroit began to live in fear and contact police with potential suspects, which is also kind of dumb. I think I know who it is. It's like a completely fake person. I dated a guy, red flag, bird kind of thing. Yeah, he was upset that I didn't know what a chicken was. Next. Detectives quickly got to work and determined that the whole thing was a hoax, and the pictures and media association with the killer were all deep fakes of people.
If you're not looking, these deep fakes can be tricky to spot.
I stuffed their throats with tea bags.
None of it was real. But I just want to say again, it's f***ed up to even assume that you're like, I think I know. How f***ed up is that? Not only are all these men angels being shamed or defamed online without their knowledge, but they're also being doxxed. Multiple screenshots of people's personal phone numbers, emails, and social media accounts, and even home addresses were leaked on the app, putting many in actual danger. That's f***ed up. Also, why are you sharing that? This is where he lives. Seriously, don't go there. Within the app itself, users could pay for background checks and criminal records of the people they were talking about. I want to say that's kind of a fun feature.
I was going to say, you know, background checks though.
A background check to be like, is this person a criminal? Because he's like, honestly, I can't wait. Yes, that's awesome. Just for fun, I'm just gonna do it. Hey, the $5. Hey, so this guy actually strangles dogs. Our date's going to the pound. Why does he want to go to the animal shelter if that's her date? She looks at her dog. He's looking back up at him. If you thought that was bad, it gets even worse. The things that are said on the app are pretty fucking strange, honestly. In a private text conversation, a user was trying to warn another of how she would get her blood tested because a man she slept with had some sort of STD, right? Instead of being concerned, she was more interested in the size of his dick and ignored the blood check altogether. Yeah, but was it huge? Was it huge? She's like, no, but seriously, it's like rashy. I have like bumps. But how big was it?
Do you have a picture?
Do you have a picture of it and his address? Please tell me. A woman in Baton Rouge posted to the app asking if anyone knew of a man named Jaden, with the woman chiming in to talk about how they got eaten out by him. Hey, do you guys know Jaden? I like him. Yeah, he eats pussy good. Well, if it's Baton Rouge, it's like, I ate my pussy like a crawdad. Shucked and sucked, ladies. Right out of it. Come on. Hey, you know what? I'm texting him again. Jaden, you get your ass over here. Different man named Mookie came under fire after a woman asked for the tea on him, right? The replies were all over the place. One woman said that he had a small dick, his breath stank, and he couldn't hold his liquor. Uh-oh, Mookie. The reviews are in. Not good. Another user said he slept on a mattress on the ground, and others were asking for his social media.
Dick little, can't hold his liquor.
Can't hold his liquor, dick is small. I feel you, brother. Breath stank. I feel you, man, too. Need to brush my teeth more. Slept on an air mattress. I did that in college, too, buddy.
Nothing wrong. I don't mind that.
I never really mind the whole. To me, if you have a bed frame, just storage. I don't have a lot of stuff. I just throw the bed on the ground.
Japanese people sleep on the floor. So.
And what's the most beautiful country in the world?
Japan.
Yeah.
So these women are CUNTs.
But people are not just commenting on men. Sometimes they impersonate other women. A woman posted a picture of the tea app to her Instagram, asking others to report an account that was impersonating her and asking about her husband. How fucking creepy is that? Women are not the only ones impersonating each other. Men are now putting on wigs and getting access to the app.
All right, fellas, I'm in. I broke the barrier, bitch. I had to put on a wig and all type of shit, but bitch, I'm in, bitch.
Hell yeah. And it seemed almost inevitable that someone would eventually gain access. And now, all the women who trusted it to keep them safe have been exposed in a massive, massive data breach. On Friday, July 25th of this year, a user from 4chan hacked into the T app, downloading over 72,000 user photos, private DMs, and driver's licenses, only to then leak them all online. And a few days later, that same person would perform another hack and leak over 1.1 million private messages. These DMs included sensitive information like phone numbers and home addresses, along with topics covering things like abuse and abortion, all kinds of just personal shit, right? Once the breach hit the news, people began to dig into how this was possible and revealed that the T app had a lot of flaws. I mean, a lot. A lot of flaws. For starters, the hackers didn't even really hack into the app itself. All of the initial images and photo IDs were all publicly accessible through the website's URL. Well, you're You could do that? That'd be me, but running an app. Wait, oh my God, they can through the .com? This was news to many users because in the user agreement, it stated that any photos uploaded during the verification process would be only temporarily stored before being deleted off the server. The T-App scrambled to fix the issue and remove all DM features on the app to ensure that they wouldn't be leaked in the future. Though they tried their best, it was already too late, and all of the leaked images and information had spread far and wide across the internet. The original hackers who hacked the data posted to a thread on 4chan. Threads would be taken down, but to preserve the images, the hackers would place the data into torrents and share it across the other online forums for the entire internet to access and download. The breach became such a problem that the FBI was eventually called in to conduct intense cybersecurity investigations to find out who was responsible for the breach and why. When all the women on the app realized their private information had been shared, they took immediate action. Griselda Reyes filed a class action lawsuit against the T-App, citing their failure to properly secure and safeguard personal identifiable information. Quote, shortly after the data breach was announced, internet users claimed to have mapped the locations of T's users based on metadata contained from the leaked images. Despite their initial goal on empowering women, T has actually put them at risk of serious harm. Once all of this information went viral, people began to make fun of the victims of the leak simply because they trusted the company with their information and IDs. Now, there are tons of posts mocking them as a form of public shaming. Oh, look how the mighty have fallen behind your golden veil of secrets. Now we see you. We see all of you.
Yeah, they posted their pictures.
Well, yeah, now it's just gonna be guys being like, oh, really? You're gonna judge?
That's what they did.
That's what they did. That's what they do. Immediately after the breach came out, someone who was associated with the leak created an online map with 13,000 users' exact locations pinned across the world.
Yeah, I saw the image. It filled up America.
Hackers were able to use this metadata found in the leaked photos and find the exact locations of where the photos were taken and even what devices were used to take the pictures, exposing thousands of women's homes to creeps and predators online.
Fun.
Someone created a game called T-Spill, which showed 2 pictures of women exposed during the breach and had you rank which woman was more attractive. Thanks, Zuckerberg. Literally, they just saw the Social Network movie and they're just like, dude, we should totally do that. Each photo had an ELO-based ranking system similar to those in many popular competitive games. The rank was determined by how many clicks each photo received. The shaming continued, my friends. Women were referred to as foids, or female humanoids, an incel term that originated on 4chan for the purpose of dehumanizing and objectifying women. This term was tied to another large feature to the game, which was the foid leaderboard that showed what pictures the players thought were the ugliest or the most attractive. Good God, bro.
That's fucked.
You know what's fucked up though? I know the woman that was at the top of the prettiest though. They're just like, well, I mean, it's not that bad, I guess. I guess it's okay, I guess. The last and maybe the most insane feature of this game was the slide in their DMs button, which brought users to an AI chatbot website where they could create new chatbots using the leaked photos. However, the users of the app were not the only ones being mocked. The CEO, Sean Cook, who was responsible for the whole thing, was also under a lot of fire. Many thought it was ironic that a man was coding a dating app only for women and, for women's safety. A few people speculated that because the app required users to submit valuable biometric data, it may have received funding from even Mark Zuckerberg himself.
The Zuck man?
The Zuck, who I bet you anything participated in the T-Spill thing, just like my college days. I bet you maybe he's the one who did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Building his giant fucking bunker. Hey, is the end of the world happening? No.
No, I think that's just like a little shelter under, and it's like a
A little shelter. What are you worried about?
No.
This is just a passion project.
It's a passion project. You sure? Oh, yeah. Yep. These claims sound outlandish at first, but when you realize the direction that social media is headed, this is becoming a regular issue online. In October of 23, the UK passed the Online Safety Act, which looked to keep children safe online. And to do this, Parliament introduced multiple new online crimes such as cyber flashing and epilepsy trolling. The controversial part of the act was its requirement for certain websites to force users to submit photo IDs or facial scans in order to access content. Platforms like Reddit, Discord, Spotify, Blue Sky, and even Xbox all required some form of biometrics, and the public is not happy about it. When I hear people be like, we need a scan of your face, my ass thinks, I'm like, I feel like you're using my likeness for something somewhere else or whatever. It's one of those things where it's the impossible challenge of like trusting this company, even though you know like something is happening. It never win situation, I think, on both sides, both the user and the people trying to run it. And the US is following suit, with multiple states enforcing new laws that require Face ID to access certain adult websites. I mean, just this week, YouTube has begun to test AI AI age verification using scans of user faces. Even Rockstar Games is considering enforcing Face IDs to play GTA 6. As more and more companies turn to this new method of ID, people are slowly believing that both the US and the UK are going to turn into an Orwellian surveillance state. Since 2022, there have been hundreds of breaches with billions of people's precious data being stolen. And in 2025 alone, there have been 30 breaches with 16 billion credentials stolen. Only God knows what corporations and criminals are doing with this information. With the recent breach of the T app, it is never more apparent that companies don't care about you. They just want your personal data. You think that any of these they don't. No one gives a fuck. Well, why aren't they helping? Because they just don't care. And there will be probably a cataclysmic ending to all this, so at least we get K-pop. At least we get the new trailers for stuff. We get Skibbity Biden. We get that at least. If you do plan to hand over your IDs on social media platforms, just know that there will be more than just your friends looking at your pictures. And also, here's another thing too, dude. Keep gossip and shit between your friends. You could probably do like a server or Facebook group of people that you know, where then it's just like, this happened, whatever, blah, blah. Have any of you heard of him? And even if they haven't, at least you can have a place to conversate. But doing it with so many strangers and stuff, like a T app kind of thing, just feels a bit dastardly.
You never know who's right either, who's telling the truth.
Yeah, exactly. If you can't even trust the person you're talking to, then how can you even accept the information they're giving back? I have no idea. And also too, human beings are psychopaths. Not just men, but also women too. You gotta fucking watch out, man. People are fucking crazy. And plus, you told me that Tinder is basically just like, it's just scams now. It's just bots, yeah. We gotta go back to the 90s where you could go into a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Put up that clip to end this video. The way you meet your new future wife or husband should be like this.
Pumpkin spice latte, please. I want it freezing, though. Actually, I just want a regular coffee. Those white girl pumpkin spice lattes annoy me.
I'm in love. Name?
Senorita Awesome.
Senorita Awesome?
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? Coming on Sundown because today we're going to be taking a look at the strange and weirdest workout classes. You know, those kind of classes. Everyone wants to be healthy, kind of. But dieting doesn't always cut it. Never does. Going to a traditional gym can be overwhelming to newcomers. But fear not! Throughout the years, many people have pushed the solution to this problem by thinking of new and unique methods of getting your butt in shape. Many of them are strange and questionable, but it's undeniable that they've managed to bring in loads of people who would otherwise remain on the couch. We're gonna look through some of the bizarre workout programs to see if they're truly gimmicks or genuine breakthroughs in the world of fitness. Get off your ass and let's ride! God, Growing up, you or someone you know may have taken part in a wide variety of at-home workout tapes that used to be all the rage back in the day. While home fitness lessons like Tae Bo, remember Tae Bo? Geese! Provided fairly standard workout routines, there were many that tried to target different corners of the market. Chair dancing fitness, for example, would teach workouts you could perform while sitting stationary in a chair, sometimes while holding two plates that you could clap together. The big ones I remember back in the day were my mom did Tae Bo, that guy. Come on, you working? That kind of thing. Coach! And then there was P90X. P90X was fucking huge. And then there was one more.
Was it the gay guy?
No, that's Richard Simmons. Yeah, he used to do the thing, you're beautiful! And then whatever. There used to be one. It used to be like two, the duo. But P90X was the, that one kicked my ass. That kind of thing. Being 14 and saying that, oh God. Some workout tapes focus on very specific types of workouts, like Body Flex's aerobic breathing courses, where instructors would squat down and aggressively breathe out as if they just survived a potential drowning.
Lips together. It comes from down here.
Some people need a little bit of extra motivation to get them moving. For them, they would turn to the strange selection of erotic home workouts. Love those. Put their pelvis up, and they're all wearing the one-piece thing. Doing the humps. You ever see that Jamie Lee Curtis? I forgot what movie it is. Jamie Lee Curtis and John Travolta are in that workout class at the beginning. Gotta show that clip, it's good. Linnea Quigley was known as a popular model and Hollywood scream queen in the 80s and 90s, and her breakout role from Return of the Living Dead, remember that? showed her tits. It's awesome. First off, that movie might be one of the best zombie movies of all time, but yeah, she did a bunch of workout stuff, horror workout tapes. It was sick. To capitalize off her popularity in horror, she starred in Linnea Quigley's Horror Workout, a campy workout video mixed with cheesy horror movie stuff. It features a nude shower scene, erotic stretches, and aerobic exercises alongside a cast of zombies and other models. It's pretty sick. I'll be honest.
So you're hard. The thought process is you're hard while you're working out.
I think that you start hard, but then after a while you're like, oh, I'm like, this is actually working. Or maybe you just watch and you just beat your, I don't know. Well, that's the whole thing they say is like you put up sexy pictures of women in your workout area and it like makes you work harder. That's what they say.
Is that why Arnold had like really buff dudes next to him?
Maybe. Arnold's not gay. Maybe he is gay. I don't know. You're beautiful. Come here. There's also Prancercise, an awkward routine created by Joanne Rohrback that simply involves going out in an open pasture and skipping while waving your arms. The whole idea is that you are supposed to mimic the movements of a horse to elicit a feeling of freedom. Additionally, to get the maximum results, you must mimic the horse's diet as well by going vegan and eating nothing but grass. I added that last part, but still you could. If you ate nothing but grass, I think if you ate nothing but grass, it'd kill you. I think it would like clot in your, I don't think you could digest it. Yeah, just blow up. Prancercise preaches spiritual connection to nature and to distance yourself from monotonous routine of industrial gyms. The creator of Prancercise created the workout in 2012 and created a workout video to show off her technique. The video went viral for its ridiculousness, which landed her on the news, making the exercise even more popular. Would you do that? So far out of all of them, which one would you do? I'm doing the horror one, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Get a big titty beard. Also,
I want to get hard while I'm doing jumping jacks.
Flop it up and down. Boing, boing.
This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is rated #1 by US News, PC World, and many more because they have fast, reliable service. With 24/7 customer support, their trusted server technology, and the fastest speeds around, it's easy to see why. ExpressVPN also lets you connect up to 14 devices simultaneously with just one subscription. As of this year, ExpressVPN now has servers in all 50 states. Plus, ExpressVPN protects you from hackers and data thieves. If you're ever on unencrypted Wi-Fi networks, like at an airport or a coffee shop, you could be a prime target for hackers. They can easily steal your personal information with just a few basic pieces of information. Turn ExpressVPN into your hacker's worst nightmare, placing them in an encrypted tunnel that would take years to crack. I was actually stuck in an airport recently and had a few invoices to pay for personal projects, right? Go all the debts. All right, what do you think I'm doing this? Thankfully, I had ExpressVPN, so I was able to pay them right away without any worry of leaking sensitive information. Key. Find out how you can get up to 4 extra months by scanning the QR code on screen, or click the link in the description box below, or by going to expressvpn.com/papameat. Thank you so much to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video, and back to the video.
At-home workouts are not just a thing of the past. They have evolved into something completely different for the modern consumer. Naughty Girl Fitness is a YouTube channel that offers viewers a very unique workout experience. Each video usually has a skit or theme that plays into the type of workout you'll be doing. The Pop That Ass workout involves a lot of core workout and twerking, while the Couch Potato Killer workout has a lot more punching and kicking.
You give me boom and a crack and a boom and a crack. Come on, boom. Yes, scare hoes. Bring it back, bring it back. Scare hoes. Bring it back, bring it back. What's going on? No, seriously. Janelle. No, I'm serious. What is going on? Brazil. What's going on? Oh my God, no, Jazzy, I'm seriously scared. Janelle, stop. No, I'm serious. No, I'm not playing.
These self-proclaimed spicy workouts have gained a lot of traction recently and now get thousands of views as people look to get fit through their computer screens. Which makes sense. That's like modern TikTok stuff. You know what I've been seeing a lot too? A lot of these like at-home like treadmills, bikes and everything, they all have like virtual, like you're running on a trail. You watch the big screen. But that's like some of the workouts of like them like looking back to you. Come on, you're almost there, come on.
You're collecting coins.
My life is like a video game. Yeah, that deal. In the modern age of fitness classes, it seems that people will do just about anything before they pick up a weight. Not me, dude. I'm ripped. I'm swole as shit.
People noticed on Reddit.
See?
Ooh. Put those guns away, man. Oh. You can crush a watermelon.
Kangaroo jumping is a new wave of exercise that has been sweeping the nation. It essentially involves putting on modified moon boots and jumping around, all right? That's what it is, but it's still cool. Workouts vary from rapid jumping or jumping to the beat of a song or kicking your legs up super high. One more time, we're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, all right. If it feels as embarrassing as it looks, you may want to sit this one out because many classes take place in public parks or parking lots. It's grown into an international phenomenon and even went viral online for a series of parking lot kangaroo class videos featured an instructor adorned in a wolf mask alongside wolf-themed music. What really draws people in are supposed benefits, which include the claim that kangaroo jumps reduce running injuries, making it easier for people to do cardio. While studies show that it aids in reducing injuries in novice runners, there are no long-term studies confirming it has any actual impact on reducing injuries as a whole. A workout that does have some proven benefits, however, is cardio drumming. The name might sound intense, but it's actually super simple. All you need is an exercise ball and 2 drumsticks. Classes usually involve people drumming to the beats of songs for long periods of time while dancing around the ball. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Run around the ball. Oh Lord. For those looking for a more intense workout, some instructors will have you plank or squat on the ball while drumming. It might seem ridiculous, but there are some studies that show the exercise has significant benefits for cardiovascular health, hand-eye coordination, and stress reduction. Cardio drumming is also a great option for kids and older people, as it's super simple and low intensity, easy on the joints, all that jazz. And as people start to turn out new ideas, as people start to run out of new ideas, modern fitness classes become increasingly absurd. Bungee fitness classes strap you into a harness so that you can jump, squat, and literally fly around the goddamn room. It's ridiculous. The class isn't as inclusive as people who are too overweight cannot join the class due to the potential safety risk. Fall on the goddamn ground like a sack of bricks. Many classes list the weight limit as 240 pounds, with some allowing 300-pound participants. The more weight, the higher potential for damage being done to the structural integrity of the building. One class even apologized to people who were too big to join, explaining that they had consulted engineers about reinforcing the building, but were told it wasn't possible. That would be in that category. Oh, okay.
Do you think that was just instructors telling people they couldn't? Just like, sorry, we had engineers come out, we can't.
Yeah, an engineer, a guy who built the building, said that the building will literally break. It'll cause the building to break. Me and all these petite people, we're gonna jump around for a bit. You can watch, but don't move. Dear God, don't move. Despite that, it's still super popular and has a long list of benefits, including building muscle, improving posture, better balance, and weight loss. Sometimes it's good to step back and separate yourself from all the insanity of some workout classes and go back to the classic, like yoga. As you can imagine, however, some people are not satisfied with just basic yoga classes. They can spice things up with goat yoga. It's exactly what it sounds like, yoga with goats. People claim that it's great for lowering stress and strengthening your core. There's also goats in the room. What they don't tell you is that the major risk of being in the close proximity of a farm animal is people regularly get peed and pooped on, which has led to having some asthma attacks or even vomiting. There's also a goat in the room. Not to mention, goats are extremely stubborn and will bite, ram, and climb all over you, leaving bruises and cuts from their hooves. The craze was super popular roughly 10 years ago and has been going strong since then, with multiple ranches being built for the sole purpose of goat yoga. There's also a goat there.
Do you think the instructor's a goat too?
I would be pissed if not. I walked in the class and there wasn't a goat with a little headset on. I'd be pissed. I mean, we're all just doing downward dog and shit with goats in the room. I think we can handle ourselves a bit. Another weird form of yoga is laughter yoga, which hardly involves any yoga at all. It's basically just a string of simple breathing exercises. It's usually done standing and uses a lot of ridiculous hand movements. Most of the hand movements are used as a warm-up before a series of creepy laughing exercises.
Yes. Hi, my name is Vicky. And I have breast cancer. Very good. Very good. Yay!
The supposed benefits include better cardiovascular health and boosting your immune system. It can even be used as a coping mechanism for stress or anxiety.
Put your hands like this, and we're gonna unzip with a sound. Gonna open it up. Take your brains. You see it? And now wash.
this exercise has a very cult-like following. Many who practice it believe it can cure almost anything. That's never good. A lot of people work out to benefit their sex appeal, and alternatively, some people want to incorporate sex into the workout itself. Aerotraverse Fitness mixes erotic hip thrusting with core and pelvic floor training. Classes involve women rolling out on a yoga mat and performing all sorts of erotic movements. You can expect anything from grinding, dry humping, and twerking to be performed in this classroom. It's awesome. The whole purpose is to promote holistic sexual wellness and health, which claim to make your sex life better. People believe that this specific type of exercise brings them closer to their partners and is spiritually enriching, equating to a healthier body and soul. It is extremely popular in countries like Russia, where content creators post TikToks that gain millions of views. Most of the comments think that the whole thing is weird. However, there are a few that get sucked in. Does anybody want to grind on Mikolov? You look sexy, little baby. Come here, my little cherub. If you thought Erotoverse was freaky, wait till you hear about Sexercise. The main purpose of this workout is allegedly to strengthen couple bonding. Allegedly. If you can actually sit down and watch a workout video, you'll see that it's basically just borderline with clothes on, Miss Tybo. A lot of exercises involve the woman climbing on top of the man or the woman being lifted in some kind of convoluted way, you know. There's also lots of grinding and even overtly sexual positions, but because people are lifting or stretching with clothes on, it's considered exercise. Within the community, they even use sexual terms like quickie to describe quick workouts. Some coaches literally use sex positions as workouts and have people do crunches or stretch while in that position. Everyone who practices sexercise claims it's a good way to work out and get close with your partner, but it seems like actually just having sex would be a more effective workout for couples if you want to bond with each other. Unless it's a whole like peacocking thing where it's like, let them look. Where's the thrill? When it comes to workout classes, nothing is as cult-like as SoulCycle. SoulCycle is a boutique indoor cycling class that was founded in 2006. What started from humble beginnings evolved into an empire ranking in a net worth of over $100 million during their peak in the mid-2010s. The classes themselves aren't just cycling. They're high-intensity workouts that include a variety of dance choreography too. It's absurd. A typical spin class consists of loud music and an instructor that leads the group and motivates you to keep going. At SoulCycle, everything is turned up to 11. There are countless videos showcasing the way SoulCycle throws money into the production of their classes. Some SoulCycle classes look like a full-on concert, with instructors dancing in elaborate costumes on the main stage alongside riders, and others will hire and bring in bands to play during the class. Live at concert. You're at your live music. There are also in-studio raves, where crew members run through the crowds of riders swinging glow sticks. They even provide props like money shooters that spray dollar bills all over the room. In some cases, instructors literally run into the back rooms during performances so crew members can help them quickly change outfits like a NASCAR fucking pit crew, dude. This over-the-top energy may seem cringe to some, but for the riders, it's not just motivating, it's therapeutic and it's like a spiritual experience. Former CEO Elizabeth Cutler had once claimed that, quote,
"And the bike is such a metaphor for life."
And there's just rave music. Some instructors will go into passionate motivational speeches during their classes, screaming at the riders that they're strong and they're valued.
Even though life might be kicking us down right now, even though... Hand center.
Sometimes things get a little religious, with instructors dramatically reading Bible verses to keep people moving.
Psalm 118:6 says, "The Lord is with me. I will not be afraid."
And on TikTok, people gush about how valuable the classes have been for them, with one comparing the classes to a fucking synagogue.
I just got out of synagogue. It's this small reformed synagogue called SoulCycle West Hollywood. And the rabbi's name is David. And he had the most third eye-opening sermon.
SoulCycle. Writers often admit online that the classes have changed their entire lives for the better, not just through weight loss, but the way that they can scream and sing along with other writers to let go of their problems. They've even claimed that they've chosen SoulCycle over actual therapy.
I'd be better. You're exercising. You're partying. You're having fun.
This is the best time of my life.
You might even get laid.
I think I might get some pussy. If this sounds incredible to you, I'm sure you're curious about the pricing. Well, the cost of the classes is pretty steep. A single SoulCycle class, which lasts about 45 45 minutes to an hour, cost about $42. While it's true that the production of the classes totally captures the hearts and minds of their riders, it's the instructors themselves that keep them coming back for more. It's not an understatement to say that more instructors at SoulCycle are idolized and treated like celebrities because of the charming and motivational persona they put on during the class. Stacy Griffin, one of the most well-known instructors, would sell out in a matter of minutes. She was so sought after by a number of celebrities who exclusively wanted to ride alongside her. Leo? Johnny Depp? People have claimed that Stacy could make the most reserved rider temporarily enter a trance-like state where they work harder than they've ever worked before. And for SoulCycle, their instructors are their biggest moneymakers. Top instructors can be paid up to $400 per class. Stacy, however, made a staggering $800 per class. Because they were essential for SoulCycle's success, master instructors were treated like Hollywood stars. They would act like it too, partying all night and popping Adderall in the morning to push through their classes. This company culture ended up inflating their egos to the point of giving them a huge god complex, similar to many cult leaders. Some admitted that the fame made them feel like they could do anything that they wanted to with no repercussions. And one reporter claimed a male instructor gave her a spin class lap dance by gyrating all over her handlebars of her bike. You like that? While she was uncomfortable about it, their other riders squealed with joy. Eee, you're so lucky. His dick all over it. He's like, Mike's, the magic mic's on. Others would openly fat shame and use homophobic and racist slurs, and in one case, a master instructor referred to a black woman as Aunt Jemima. Yikes. One staff member was tasked with giving their star instructor, Lori Zuckerman, a fruit salad only consisting of berries. When Lori found a single kiwi sitting at the bottom, he threw it across the room and shouted, "Whoever got this needs to be fired!" In many cases, they would get drinks with and even sleep with their riders, something that the riders would brag about to the other riders in class. Yeah,
Shut up.
Who put this kiwi in here? SoulCycle riders long to be close to their favorite instructor, fighting over the highly sought after and coveted front row. It introduces a type of cycling hierarchy where the most hard-working people are granted the ability to help lead the rhythm of the class. People will come to class extra early just to be the first ones to charge towards the front row bikes. For them, having their hard work praised by their instructor is everything to them. The most passionate ones even purchase $55 front row tanks from their merch store. Awesome. It's been said that instructors purposely keep the most attractive riders in the front row, often taking less desirable riders who switch spots to achieve this. You love the energy? Let's put you in the back. Love that smile. You're awesome. Let's move you up. The need for a front row seat would often lead to riders being bullied verbally and sometimes confronted in person to the point where people broke out into tears. One rider who was thought to have been a master instructor's class favorite found that the other female riders put used tampons in her purse as revenge. SoulCycle. SoulCycle is not nearly as popular as it was a decade ago. Poor business decisions and a string of controversies regarding their company culture and the effects of COVID lockdowns impacted them harshly. While still profitable, their numbers dwindle as they attempt to mimic the success of companies like Peloton and by creating bikes for home use as well. Listen, guys, a lot of home workout programs can feel like a gimmick, right? Sometimes it feels like people would rather do anything and pay anything just to avoid going to a traditional gym. I know I would. But you know what? Any way you can do something to just be more healthy, I say try it. While many of these can seem silly, at least it's motivating people to take that first step and make an effort to get healthy. I suppose there's no harm in that. Except for people like, you know, the SoulCycle thing was probably a bit crazy. All in all, not a bad idea to just get up and be a little active. But until next time, my friends, stay active, stay healthy, and Tybo. We'll see you next one.
What would be your workout if you had to make one?
My workout? It'd be tying a noose and jumping off the highest part of your, just killing yourself. That'd be mine. There it is.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit down because today we're going to be talking about performative males. I'm a performative male, right?
Are you?
I'm performing right now. All in all, would you say, before we even get into it, Nick, do you think you and I are performative males?
Me, yes. You, no. Yes.
You know what? I'm going to leave a little time for our commenters here to write down if they believe us to be performative males. If anything, do a little montage of me being of me acting like a performative male. Case closed. Certified pussy lover. That's why I want a badge, dude.
Gotta be sick.
Trying to open up my textbooks, my female literature.
Name one female author.
1 second, because I'm trying to think of a good one. Not that females. I'm trying to think of. There's one that my wife really likes. She's like a poet, kind of thing. She killed herself. She put her head in the gas in an oven.
I know this one.
Cynthia Plath. Sylvia Plath. Throughout time, the modern man has always adapted to their surroundings in order to get laid at all costs. Sorry, ladies, that's just the way it goes. Some men will lie about their height. Not me, I'm 6'5".
You're being modest, you're 6'6".
I'm 6'6", and I'm 178 pounds. All right, fuck you, dude. Some men will lie about their height, while others pretend to work financially successful careers. Recently, however, men have started to take a rather interesting approach to grab the female gaze, right? Men have been able to peacock their way into some pussy. And now there's a new way. On TikTok, men have been getting a lot of negative attention online, being labeled as performative males that cosplay as the person that they think women want to date. This trend has exploded, with many men being ridiculed by those ironically mimicking their behaviors online. As the term performative male became more well known, it also caused more people to look closer at men in their lives to see how many of them put on a facade to attract a potential partner. I'll call Allison. Me and Allison have been together for over 10 years. Let's see what she says.
Hello?
Allison, are you watching Isaiah right now?
Yeah. It's Creepcast.
Listen, we're doing a video on performative males. Since the 10 or so years we've been dating or together, do you think that I was a different person? Did I put on a facade, or am I a performative male?
Absolutely.
You need to say.
I feel like you falsely advertised, but I came to enjoy who you were as a person, so.
How did he do that?
All right, that that actually went in a horrible direction. Wow. Cut all of that, please. My God. Put on your reading glasses and head towards your local coffee shops as we navigate through a sea of performative males. Which, for people also who, I'm sure we've had some B-roll of stuff. From the biggest thing I see about performative males online, it's like the guys, it is me. Like, I unironically believe that if I was more in shape and more attractive, people would label me as a performative male. Because every time I see it, it's guys with like a mustache, a mullet, and they dress like nice. Like I see iDubbbz a lot, Curtis Connor. Those are the guys I see a lot, YouTubers wise.
You're saying you fit the look.
If I was, yes. I think so, right? Let's talk about our feelings.
I don't think you're a performative male though. Like you don't.
How?
I don't know. You don't seem like you perform for anyone except for our YouTube audience.
Yeah, well, I'll do anything for a woman. I don't know. I'm just to really get me. You don't even want to get to know me. It's like a werewolf or something.
I don't want to break your heart, sweetheart.
I don't want to break your heart, and I don't want to hurt you because I can't control my emotions. I'm too damaged. And the thing is I'm such a compassionate person, but I treat others so well because I can't let anyone in. On platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels, trends pop up nearly every day and usually last only a week or two. Oddly enough, the performative male trend has taken a death grip on the youth and translated into real life encounters. But where did it come from, you may ask? It all started about a month or two ago when both men and women started to point out a new type of man popping up throughout coffee shops on the streets, right? Looks like every kind of guy you'd see in Bushwick, Brooklyn. Kind of. In my opinion. But then they started knowing they'll carry on books a lot. Even if it's like a book where I'm like, that's a good book. I'm like, to be walking and reading? Come on, dude.
Walking and reading?
Walking and or like on a train. Listen, any man who's reading a book on a train, they're doing it because they want somebody to notice them doing it. Just the same way that a woman who might is actually interested in the book, I think does it to deflect people.
Oh, really?
I think people do a lot of things in public spaces to just be like, I don't want you to talk to me. Women, I can only assume, which I will speak for all the women right now, because I have that voice, okay? I'm one with them.
See, I must have been dumb because 10 years ago,
I thought you were good. I thought go ahead.
I would do and think the opposite. Because like, and the male side, I would read books in public, and in my mind, I'm like, I hope someone cute notices what I'm reading.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying though. That's the man thing.
But then I also think when I think women, I'll look at their books and be
they
like,
want me to talk to him about it.
I think
I've read that.
I don't know if I'm making this up or if I've seen someone else do this, but I've seen a woman read a book I like, and I was like, man,
you made that up.
Talk to them.
You made that up for sure. I've read that. You've never heard that book before in your life. I like to think this is definitely one of those things too. It's like the POV of her book, like, you know, like editor put up a book like this. It's pretty good, isn't it? And like the book lowers and it's just your face like.
What chapter are you on?
I love that book. I love it. That's how they swim. Oh, this? Yeah, it's like my 4th read through. I don't know. I just really like it. It's like that kind of thing. You know what I mean? I'm just so vulnerable. The people who say that shit, run away from those people.
Yeah, poor dad, rich dad. I'm into finance.
Hey, this video is sponsored by Helix Sleep. A well-lived life starts with rest, and nothing feels as good as waking up on a mattress that's made for you. If you want to be productive, you need sleep! And so many of us are getting it wrong from the start, because it all starts with your mattress. So why not give Helix Sleep a mattress? So why not give Helix Sleep mattress a try? Helix has 20 unique mattresses, all suited to serve a specific purpose. If you're too hot at night, or if you sleep on your side, they want to know. And before you get a Helix Sleep mattress, you need to take a sleep quiz to find out a perfect blend of what you need. You're finding your dream mattress. If people with back pain might need different mattresses than someone who prefers a firm mattress. The quiz is very quick. It takes your answers and recommends the best choice for you. I still love my Dusk Lux mattress. I definitely sleep on it. It serves my particular needs, and I have been getting deep, restful sleep each night. It's amazing how much sleep can affect your mood and energy. I'm getting more work done. All it took was a few minutes to find out what I was missing. If you're not in the market for a new mattress right now, but wish you could improve your old one, Helix offers the perfect solution with their range of mattress toppers. They can extend the life of your old mattress and upgrade your comfort by not having to worry about replacing it. Or maybe you've got a Helix Sleep mattress already. Probably. But you want to improve your guest bed. Grab a mattress topper and tell them that we sent you. Get the sleep you deserve. Head to helixsleep.com/PapaMe to start sleeping in your new mattress today. Take advantage of your Black Friday exclusive partner offer and get 27% off site-wide. Thank you to Helix Sleep for sponsoring the video. Now back to the video. As the trend began to gain more mainstream popularity, people sought a proper definition and explanation for its growing appeal. One article described them as, quote, a walking mood board of on-trend markers for softness, stylishness, and a feminist leaning that he may or may not actually possess. That kind of bundles it off in a bow. You know what it is too? Any guy who has a fucking thumb ring, don't trust that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, rings. You know, I know people are just like, well, it's just kind of like the Korean style right now. I'm not trying to knock all. I'm just saying it's an archetype. They look at each other and they're like, my God, I'm gonna just copy that. They turn into it. Oh,
if it works, why not?
That's their thinking. If I can get some pussy, then what am I doing wrong? They go on to explain that the reason for its popularity is that if, quote, emerged at a time when masculinity itself and certain male-coded corners of the internet continue to be political lightning rods, right? They're trying to say Andrew Tate's of the world. That hyper masculine things where I can't express myself because people are going to call me a pussy. That's the problem, right? And there is a long list of characteristics used to identify one in the wild. If you see a man with a tote bag, reading feminist literature, drinking matcha, and listening to Claro or Laffy through wired Apple headphones, then you found yourself a performative male. Sorry. If you fit that, if you're like, that's not me, I'm like, it's probably you.
This sounds just like someone in LA.
It's on either coast, New York or LA. It's either one of those. But see, that's the breeding ground, right? Because they know how to work it. It's psychological warfare. You got to watch out. There are slight variations of performative males. Some opt for a latte topped with a colorful cold foam, and others proudly hang their mini Labubus on their tote bags to display their trendiness. Hey, ladies. You have one of these, don't you? Come here. We want to see this one. Come here. Others can be seen playing guitar in public and presenting poorly painted nails. While their looks can vary, they all have one thing in common. A thing performative males hate more than anything on this earth is period cramps. They are known to go into a manic frenzy at the mere thought of a woman suffering once a month. This is true. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but it's... come on. I feel so bad for you. Put the pain on me. I wish I could feel what you feel.
Do you think that's a little psychological thing? Because it's like also, you can't have sex on periods. So
that's probably that's a good explanation. God, she's gonna not want to do it, dude. I hate that.
But then you flip it and make it like her suffering is the problem, not that I can't get laid.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I hate that you feel so bad. I was like, the resentment. She's like, why are you balling your fist so hard? I'm not. I just want to punch the pain away. The fuck are you talking about, dude? But all jokes aside, this trend has been compared to the soft boys and pick-me girls from the early 2020s. And in a few years, there'll probably be a new iteration. It's just what happened. But for now, we're in performative male territory, and my God, it's thriving. While it's true that many people simply like certain aspects of this aesthetic, many go above and beyond for the sole purpose of getting pussy, dude. Need to get laid. One might say it's a way for incels to put on a costume and appear to be as a feminist in the hopes of getting some cooch, which I don't really know if I believe that. I think it was one, like the guys who were big buff guys, those guys, where they're like, yeah, my muscles, I'm gonna get some pussy that way. That's the iteration.
Oh yeah.
They're the quote unquote, like they're the good look, like the guys that do that. They're almost never conventionally bad looking. Because an incel kind of like guy, whatever, motherfucker can't just put on some rings. You know, but I don't think. At the end of the day, it's like they're still very attractive. But the thing is that they're attractive and they're so sensitive.
Yeah, soft.
Right? I understand, and I hate that you have period cramps. I'm gonna name your period cramps Steven, and you let me know when Steven's around, and I'll beat him up for you. Nom, 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 nom. That kind of thing. That make you want to kill yourself? Because I felt like killing myself. This behavior is nothing new, and it's something that can be found even internationally. Since the trend started, people around the globe have been identifying what performative male looks like in their country. In Japan, which I cannot believe there's a performative male in Japan.
Yeah, that's surprising.
That's surprising to me. I don't know. It's literally, it was either salaryman or they looked like a fucking, like, the outfits were so big and loud. You know what I mean? Also, too, in Japan, the men and women, if they're together, they dress the exact same.
Even friends and friends?
No, I'm saying, like, the relationship, like, whenever you're in a relationship, you dress like each other. That was, like, one thing. I was like, they're fucking, like, same outfit.
They also have friends do that.
Also, I would know, because I've been to Japan. In Japan, there are multiple variations of performative males. One is called an Ishikita-kike, or high consciousness type. These men usually wear large t-shirts and wide pants from specific brands like Uniqlo or GU. Or goo. They always have the newest Apple Watch, and their iPhone screen is always cracked. Rather than sipping on matcha or lattes, they carry 1 liter water bottle and stick to practical black backpacks instead of a tote bag. To complete the look, they have books or iPads to look like they are studying for exams, but refuse to read feminist literature because they believe a good partner can cure their woman's menstrual cycles. I don't know how true that is. I think we just add a little spice on the top of that. But it is interesting where it's the different cultures instead of the tote bag. It's the same thing. We're just lost in translation a bit. It just kind of molds but it's insane how identifiable it is. There, you're just like, yep,
there he is.
There he is, right there. You know, like mm-hmm. The concept of a performative male goes way back and has had multiple variations that go far beyond physical borders. Some terms apply to their hobbies or professions. In the mid-2010s, the term spornosexual was created to describe young men who had put sports, porn, and sex at the core of their identity to use it to get a partner. How the times have changed. People who use this term believe that Portuguese football star Cristiano Ronaldo is a prime example of spornosexual. You ever see Cristiano Ronaldo's teeth before he got those veneers? Old boy had alligator mouth. Oh yeah. He's the GOAT though. He's the GOAT. A decade prior, the term technosexual was used to describe men who love technology and dress themselves to a very specific aesthetic to impress women around them with their savviness. The term originally described people who literally love technology and wanted to have sex with computers. And that still happens today, so it's kind of cool that's still alive. Or there is lumbersexual, which is a man who purposely buys and wears rugged outdoor gear to appear more outdoors in hopes of landing a girlfriend, which that's super popular today still. I would say that's like another form of the performative male. Yeah, as a guy who's just like, yeah, I don't know, I mean, God, I just wish I had a 4Runner. Give me a 4Runner and I can just fucking go to the coast and just want to like be around the woods.
It's like the guys with the perfectly brand new $300 boots.
New $300 boots, the tiny beanie.
Oh, yeah.
We have got to kill the tiny beanie and big beard. Perfect, just everything super clean. Yeah, we were gonna go up there and I don't know, we were probably just gonna like, just go on a a hike? It's going to be a lot of fun. Most who participated in the trend dressed up like lumberjacks, wearing plaid shirts and beards, and were extremely popular from 2014 to 2016 at the height of the hipster era, which that is true, but I will say it's still very prevalent. I'd say I see a lot more of that than even some of the more city-dwelling performative male dudes. Only thing with the lumberjack guys is those motherfuckers they're not reading the literature. I just want to like go out and just fish. Now that people can easily identify performative males, they've been having a much easier time spotting them in the wild. One woman pulled out her phone to film the performative male she had just witnessed. In the video, a male was at a Clairo concert, reading by himself as he waited for her to come out and perform. And the comments were divided over whether or not it was an act or to gain female attention or merely to kill time. Which, you know what? Is there a problem going to a Clairo show as a single man and popping out a book and just being like, and when she comes on, you're like, you know what? Do you think it's just insecure people who are just like, I don't like that person's being themselves?
Also, it is like one of those things where there's people on their phones doing the same thing. Instead of reading, they're on TikTok or whatever.
I think it was mostly just that for me, it was just him sitting on the ground doing it.
Yeah, that seems, well, I mean, gotta be comfy. Gotta be comfy while you're waiting.
Yeah, but it does just alone by yourself. And then I could just tell that he was just like, I just feel like he was like, I think that to me, I'm like, there's nothing that there's really, it's not egregious.
No.
To me, it's just one of those things when it's so blatant that you're like, you're trying so hard to get some pussy. That's where I think, it's like the same guy that comes up and he's like talking to a girl and he's like drunk and he's like, I seriously think that you're super hot. It's like that. It's like a different version of that. It's just as hostile to me. I don't know why I'm like,
reading the book.
Yeah, it's like a giant beacon of light. And he's like, no, I'm just over here by myself. I just think about the inconvenience of being like, where are you holding on to the book the whole show?
That's where you got the tote bag.
Oh, that's why I got the tote bag. Some of you may be thinking, is it now a crime to read out in public? What, Hunter, I can't read? The obvious answer is no. Unless you purposely do it to look more interesting at potential partners, right? If you don't have an end game, if you're just reading out in public, what the fuck are you doing, dude? I like stories. Yeah. Sure. Another woman was heading to a local thrift store when she spotted a man in loose-fitting clothing and a tote bag, reading a book next to the outdoor displays. At a certain point, these bitches are just cruel. A fucking big baggy pants clown man can't fucking read a book outside a deal. The person could tell that they were a performative male, not only from their outfit, but because they could hardly stare at the page for longer than 10 seconds before looking around to see if anyone was watching them. See, with this stuff though, it's so hard to tell what's real. And here's the thing, I have seen these people before, and I haven't been recording them or anything, you know what I mean? But it's just these setups are a little too perfect. It's mostly at bars. I see it at bars a lot. That pisses me off more than anything. You're in a loud area, a lot of people talking, and you're just like,
that is definitely,
it's like what movie do you think you're in? You know what I mean?
That's a good, they're hoping a woman's gonna come up and start talking to them.
Yeah, what are you reading? Oh, it's Junie B. Jones. Do you know what Junie B. Jones is?
No.
Oh, it's like a kid's do. All right, here, do another one. What are you reading? Oh, it's Magic Treehouse.
What's Magic Treehouse?
What are you reading? Oh, it's Captain Underpants.
Oh, I love Captain Underpants.
Yeah, I don't know.
I used to read those when I was like 5.
I got the Hypno Ring too. Just kind of cool. So, one high-level performative male was spotted just outside a cafe. He was seen wearing wired headphones attached to his computer while he was playing guitar on a beach outside. God forbid a white boy gets emotion, as they say. To top it all off, he had a latte sitting next to him while two women ignored him so they could enjoy their meal. What is it about matcha and lattes that are so unappealing? I don't like black coffee. You know what I mean? I don't like the taste of bitter black coffee. I like a little fucking sweetness to it. I've never had matcha, but
it tastes
I've
like
had a
grass.
good latte.
You never had matcha?
No.
It's grass. It's like you're a cow just drinking grass slurry.
Why do people? Why is it like healthy
it's
or
like
something?
Tea. Yeah, it's healthy.
Is it a thing where people are like, I actually really like the taste of matcha? Is it that? Can you just not? Can you also just be like, yeah, I don't know.
I like grass.
I like grass. I hate when people are like, it tastes really good. It's like, but it doesn't. Since these men like to hang around cafes, baristas are the subject to their uncomfortable presence more often than most, right? A man in a cafe literally caught another man faking aspects of his look to attract the female gaze. The man was described as a Timothée Chalamet and was wearing a red t-shirt with Sylvia Plath Got it. A famous author known for her work on the female experience on the front in bold letters, right? Which I will say, there's no reason a man should have a Sylvia Plath shirt on. In my opinion. You diving in, is she talking to you specifically? I think you could be a fan and be like, yeah, I have her books or whatever, but to just go out and be like,
because who's making money off that shirt? She's dead.
She fucking put her head in a gas oven. You think she's getting a penny in hell? I doubt it. On his belt, he had 2 Labubus dangling over his shorts, and he was wearing black wired headphones. The wire is very important because it just shows like wireless technology is so accessible now that you really have to, I mean, you really have to go out of your way to get the wired stuff now. And you have to dongles and ports and all kinds of shit now.
Well, most phones don't even have a head.
That's what I mean. You have to get dongles and everything. And just like the analog. When he got to the counter to order, he purposely lowered his voice and ordered a matcha latte. Asked the barista for the most ethical milk they had. Confused by this, they asked if oat milk was okay, and he nonchalantly agreed. As soon as he sat down, the witness noticed that his headphones were not even plugged into his phone. He had the cord wrapped around the base of his phone, and he was actively trying to hide that they were not plugged in. That's a little he say, she said. For the sake of the story and the low timbre, like the voice, it's like this. Like, I can't, can I get a matcha latte with the most ethical milk? Tell you what, man, ain't nothing gonna make a pussy fucking drier than old vocal fry and ask for a matcha latte. I'll tell you that right now. Not long after he noticed the headphones were plugged in, he saw the performative male reach up to his headphones and pull out an AirPod and put it in the charger case. A little AirPods. So what can a homie not wear some analog headphones as like a necklace? Can it be an accessory, Nick, or do you think it's too performative?
That's way too performative.
It is too performative. That's correct. you just won the answer. Yep. His entire identity, from the clothes he wore to his drink order, was just all a facade. It's pretty obvious that performative males are widely disliked, but you'd be surprised by how many people truly despise them. What really popularized the trend was the emergence of performative male contests nationwide in cities big and small, which is so good. So good. I'd love to participate in one someday. They're sick. A lot of people show up too. It's very surprising. There might be one in Fairbanks, Alaska. That's where we live. Around August 1st, these contests started popping up, with the earliest example taking place in Seattle. Over 300 different people showed up to perform and watch as men line up behind a microphone to tell the primarily female audience why they are the most performative. They all dressed similarly and brought a variety of feminist literature and lattes to showcase their softer side. After all the contestants had gone through, the women in the crowd voted on which was the most performative. It took 5 rounds of voting before landing on Marcus Jernigan, local musician and singer in an indie band called Good Enough, to win the judges over. He wore a tote bag with a Labubu, a loose thrifted white tee, whitewashed jeans, and carried a portable vinyl player with him. His prize for beating out the competition was a brand new Labubu to add to his collection. God damn, that's it? I would have been like, how about some fucking money? God damn, look at this crowd we're drawing here. You know what? I mean, also, too, you know what it should have been? It should have been like something fucking manly. Or a copy of Black Ops. I don't know. As soon as people saw the footage of the Seattle contest, others began appearing at the college campuses and parks. To try and win, people got creative and went outside the stereotypical outfits that the trend started. Some people brought signs that read, "Resist sexism," while others crammed their pockets full of tampons to hand out to the crowd. Other men played to the crowd's emotions, saying they wouldn't tell them to vote for them because they'd never tell a woman what to do. Or by shouting, "No uterus, no opinion." Pretty good.
Oh, that's kind of controversial in the trans community. They don't have uteruses. Where's their opinion?
I just want to go on record and say, I didn't say that. That was a quote. And no. And for you to try to turn that on me, I'm going to say, fuck you. Because that's not cool, man.
Sorry.
That's not cool.
Sorry, not sorry.
You don't win the internet today. No more updates for you. All this attention that was brought to the trend make a lot of people angry, especially feminists who believe that this movement was portraying feminism as cringeworthy, which it's not. What? It's not. Feminism is not cringe. Many point out that performative males demonize men who support women and actually discourage men from branching out for their toxic masculinity, which is true. But at the same time, I think that it's a very specific case. Or I don't think that saying that performative males is a bad thing is a bad thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think it's saying, hey, stop talking to women. You're a, what are you, fake feminist? I don't think it's that. I think it's saying, hey, you're trying to, it's like a fucking wolf dressing up in sheep clothing. You'd probably tell that motherfucker to stop, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, it's all about intentions. Like, if you're actually trying to be a feminist, sure, but if you're just doing it literally to get pussy, then
yeah,
are you a feminist?
Well, it's all up into interpretation.
If you're using it to manipulate people to get laid, I don't think you're a good guy.
What, dude? I'm just trying to get my game. Which, can I finish my Sylvia Plath book or not? I wasn't trying to even do anything with them girls, which if you do, just text me later if you want. Wrote my number on the back of this, so when I hold it up, you can see it.
Oh, that's a good idea. That way, if they're too shy to approach, they could text you. Threatening.
I'm not gonna kill you. They claim it creates strict guidelines for feminist men to follow, and in turn creates cookie-cutter feminist. On the other side of the aisle, they argue that this whole trend actually shames men for being performative and pushes them to be less toxic. However, this viewpoint did little to nothing, as many still view the jokes about being 6 feet and hating period cramps as insensitive. Femcel groups are also taking this as the perfect opportunity and going a step further, claiming that every single thing a man does is performative, and it's not just feminine men. I think that's true.
That is true.
I think that's damn true. I think the femcel's got that one.
We always perform, even for other males.
I perform all the time.
Yeah. You got to in this world.
But that's just because I'm such a entertainer. These YouTube videos, I'm like, this is kind of what I do. And it's not just women that are angry, it's men too. Thousands of male feminists are coming out of nowhere to defend their way of life. A man posted a video fuming because people kept calling him performative, but he allegedly wasn't doing it for show. He was genuinely all the things performative males enjoy. That's just who I am.
You're so performative.
That's actually true. The people who are like, they aren't actually performing and then they're lumped in as a performative male, I feel for those guys.
I think they're just trendsetters.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they still got to change. Another man was angry at whoever coined the term because they had been wearing tote bags and drinking matcha since 2020 and now feel self-conscious about it. Okay, well now I feel weird. All of the comments were calling this video performative, saying that he literally performed for them on camera trying to prove he is not performative. There's no winning, guys. One argued that the performative male trend is causing anti-intellectualism in young men because it ties pandering to women with reading. If you read, you're a feminist.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. That's not me. I'm not going to read ever again. His argument falls completely flat because in the video arguing against performative males reading, he himself is reading feminist literature in a cafe and filming it to show people. Right now, the trend is dying down as more and more people try to film random strangers in public, hoping to get a viral clip. People are starting to condemn those who pull out their phones to film random men, and especially now that many newer clips have nothing to do with the trend, some people are just using it as an excuse to film people secretly, which is kind of fucked up. At the end of the day, being a feminist goes beyond how you dress and the hobbies you enjoy. If you genuinely love matcha, wearing tote bags, and reading, then I say own it and be proud of who you are. Who gives a fuck? Don't let posers ruin your life. No matter what, there will always be men who adjust their appearance to get laid. That's just the fucking way it is, all right? I mean, what the fuck are we supposed to do? What are the boys supposed to do? I gotta fucking change my game plan to get some pussy.
How about you stop even having sex, you pig?
That's probably a good idea. And in a few years, I'm sure there will be another trend that is just a slight variation of this one. It's the way it has always been. All I'm saying is that, you know what? It's all right to all be friends to everybody. You don't need to peacock and be something that you're not. And more importantly, stop drinking matcha. It's just not good. That's all I have. Performative males. What a topic.
Now it's my turn to be a performative male. Let's go to Barnes & Noble.
Get some pussy at Barnes. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming on sundown because today we're going to be talking about obsessive Star Wars fans. Let's give a slight montage to get you in the mood. I'm going to do some force to do it. Star Wars is one of the biggest franchises on the planet, with multiple movies and TV shows bringing in billions of dollars every year. There's hardly anyone on planet Earth who hasn't seen or at least heard of it in some kind of capacity. It's bigger than Jesus. It has to be. It has to be bigger than God. As with anything this popular, there are millions of diehard fans who revolve their entire lives around it. Obsessive, diehard fandoms like this are very few and far between at this level, right? What's a comparable one? Harry Potter, maybe?
Yeah, Harry Potter.
But Harry Potter it's nowhere near as big as
Dune fans.
Dune? Now, most franchises have small sections of devoted fans, but there's something different about the compulsive and erratic behaviors of Star Wars lovers that outdoes every other franchise. Many not only love watching the movies, but want to live in them, even if it means shelling out thousands of dollars to do so. And this obsession can range from hoarding expensive memorabilia to wanting to get married to fictional characters. You see where we're going with this video? For a lot of fans, the line between reality and fiction is heavily blurred. So, today, we're gonna look at the most extreme Star Wars fans to see how insane it can truly get. Let's ride. You know that your obsession with a piece of media has gone too far when you decide to force it on your children by naming them after fictional characters. That's a big no-no. Because there's also, in the world, there's usually a lexicon of like, all right, this name is kind of off limits now. Hitler, Jesus, we got Jesus, but there's a thing over it, so now it's that. You have got to assume Osama.
You can't name someone like fuckhead or like a slur. Like if you named your child the N-word.
Yeah, but that probably wasn't. Okay. I'm talking about people. It's okay. But also, you don't want to name your kid fucking Obi-Wan.
Maybe I do. That's a sick name.
You think so?
Yeah.
Obi-Wan, and he works at a cheese factory in the Midwest.
I'm gonna name my daughter Khaleesi.
Khaleesi. Who was the bald-headed chick in the cartoon show that had the double lightsabers? Remember that in the Clone Wars cartoon? She was cool. That's what I'm gonna name my son.
Your son.
Because I don't give a fuck. A 14-year-old boy took to the internet to rant about how his Star Wars obsessed parents caused him to be mercilessly bullied at school for naming him Anakin Skywalker, which is just cruel. The full thing?
Yeah.
Skywalker included? Goddamn. Ready for first grade you are. Dude, that kid, that's prime for picking too. Fucking hitting that kid in the face. Dude, use the Force to tell me to stop. I don't even like the movies that much. You would have to resent the movies. You'd have to fucking hate them.
You'd have to hate your parents too.
Do you think he became a Trekkie just to piss him off?
I think he hates all sci-fi.
I like to think that he's like a diehard Star Trek fan. He's just like, I like to call myself Kirk, actually. They're like, no! Instead of having him take his family's surname, they replaced it entirely to reference their favorite franchise. He's not even a part of the family.
I was gonna say
I'm Todd Johnson, this is Lisa Johnson, and this is Anakin Skywalker. Oh, that is psychological damage, is it not? Good Lord. He recalls being forced to watch it with them growing up, admitting that he always thought that they were boring. Anakin joined the school's football team and was constantly the butt of jokes, often being told to use the Force by his teammates. That would piss me off. At what age can you legally change your name? Like 18?
18, yeah.
At age 18, I would change my name to my dad.
There you
that
go.
could be taken in a different way. All right, hold on. That off the cuff, we didn't hear that. His own coach wouldn't come to his aid either, urging him not to go all dark side with them.
I would kill myself.
I would actually, that would be the way that I get back at my parents. I'd kill myself. I would lay down in their bed, I'd put a fucking gun up to my chin, I'd blow my brains out in their bed.
And then my note would just say, may the Force be with you. Always.
How are we gonna stop the Sith now? He would tell his parents about the way he was being treated, but they insisted that they were just jealous of his unique name. Dude, they're just jealous. Your name's fucking Anakin Skywalker, man.
I'd be pissed because be like, how unoriginal are you?
Not even how unoriginal, but also you have to live up to that name too.
You have to be the savior.
So if you're like a guy and you're like a C average student, you think Anakin Skywalker's a fucking C average student, you know? Kind of morbidly obese, has like little boy titties, whatever, sitting there and he's just like, I don't know, I feel bad. It's an eating disorder. This is turning a pretty very dark. Poor Anakin. Do you know what probably fucking happens? He goes insane and he puts fucking googly eyes on his like lampshade. I love you, C-3PO. I love you, C-3PO. Talk to me.
R2.
Right, yeah, it's in the fucking trash cans, R2.
He's cutting off the heads of his dolls.
His dad's just like... He's cutting off the head of dolls and he's like skinning every cat. All right, he skinned the last cat. Okay, that's the 4th cat this month. I think the Jedi have something against cats.
I'm just getting rid of the womp rats, Dad.
That's that though, because the dad would just be like, that's awesome. That is so cool. Kid has a Honda Civic. He fucking paints it yellow and puts 2 trash cans on the side of it to look like that
speeder, yeah,
or whatever. It looked like that spaceship in the first movie. He's just like, have a good day at school, son. He like purposely like runs over a dog. My dad! Look, I got another womp rat! Dad's like, you did so. You did. Hey, just wanted to take a quick second to thank our favorite sponsor that we do on this channel, Gamersubs, and give them a shout out because we have the best flavor they've ever put out. Are you low on energy? Do you like tasty beverages? Then consider getting raw meat right now. If we get enough of these bad boys in your hands, we get to put them in cans and put them in stores, making it easier, colder, crispier, more tasty for you to consume, and oh baby, is it good. Also, does your dick get hard over anime girls? I got shakers for that. Hey, shake the shaker like you do your cock and let it explode in your mouth. The flavor's awesome. Which one am I talking about? You decide. Thank you, Gamersubs, for sponsoring this channel, and be sure to use this promo code, and be sure to tell them I sent you, and support Gamersubs because they fucking rule, and they support this channel more than fucking anyone. Thank you. Back to the video. Some adults change their name willingly, but it can lead to unforeseen issues. Laura Matthews officially added Skywalker as her middle name, thinking it'd be a silly way to honor her love for the character. This ended up biting her in the ass when her passport application was denied for including a trademark name. The whole debacle resulted in her missing her entire trip to Amsterdam. Get absolutely fucking owned, bitch. Are you kidding me? What a slam dunk. What if the guy's actually just like, this is cringe and gay. We'll not allow you in this country. Is that the Amsterdam accent? You want to smoke weed and go to red light district to get your pussy wet? Not this time, girl. Not with Star Wars name like that because he's gay and cringe. Denied.
It's almost a Russian accent, but
yeah, it works. Amsterdam, that kind of sounds like whatever. We're close to it, right? On the globe? Come on.
Yeah.
There are countless cases of people changing their names to Star Wars characters. One superfan, Luke Skywalker, formerly Luke K, from England, has amassed an insane Star Wars collection throughout his life. His memorabilia ranged from his life-size replicas to rare, limited edition products worth upwards of £1 million. Sadly, he had to sell off a warehouse of products after losing his job, as well as needing to replace his van after it blew up. They're like, it's gonna cost $17,000 to replace this. He's like, Chewie, we shouldn't have sent it to Lightspeed. You hit a pedestrian girl on the sidewalk. You're going to prison.
Uh-oh. What is it? Punch it? What was it?
Punch it, Chewie. You think he hired like a 7-foot-tall mongoloid man? Punch it, Chewie. Oh, he doesn't do the thing right. He just starts dead spraying down the road.
That'd be horrifying.
That would be, God, that man would get gunned down immediately. What is that monster? These collections can be quite impressive, taking an entire lifetime to build up. Some fans grow attached to the Star Wars Funko Pops and make it their goal to collect every single one available. It's a smart goal to have. Every Star Wars Funko. Oh my.
Good thing they're going out of business. Gotta buy them up.
Good thing? Really, Nick?
Oh, sorry.
That's someone's life you're talking about. Vintage figures from the 80s and 90s are currently listed on eBay for staggering prices. A complete set, for example, is set at around $27,000. Not everyone had to resort to selling off their collection. People like Steve Sansweet have created entire museums from collections that are open to the public. Rancho Obi-Wan sells out tours to people who want to look through a world record holding collection that took over 40 years to put together. Sadly, Steve faced a devastating loss in 2017 when more than 100 rare items worth over $200,000 were stolen by a collector and friend named Carl Edward Cunningham, who turned himself in and was released on a $25,000 bond. I will say, I like collecting stuff like that. If you have that much stuff that you make like a little museum and you get to like, granted he's selling tickets, but still, I think that's kind of cool. You make a little room, because it's a bad, I mean, to be fair, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan or whatever, but it's fucking insane. Like the guy has obviously put his heart and soul into this thing. Why do you think I feel positive towards that, but then I hear about the guy named Luke Skywalker and a 7-foot tall, I don't know, Chinese friend who's doing the Chewbacca accent. Why do I not have sympathy for him? Why is that? Why do you think that is?
I don't know, because he also had $1 million worth of product. Supposedly. Who's grading the $1 million?
Well, you know, actually it probably is like literally graded and stuff, which also, even the Luke Skywalker guy, it's not that he's doing anything wrong. I think that when I hear this and a guy is just like, I want to share it with other people.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe makes it feel more...
It's a public exhibit.
Where you're just like, oh, that's fun. You get to go and you get to like see things you would never... Versus I feel like a lot of the times when you hear about collections and it feels so, is that it's a guy just being like, mine.
Hoarding, dragging.
Mine. It's all mine. Don't look at it. So I don't know.
He's Jabba the Hutt.
Which I just want to say, disclaimer in the middle of the video. Should have put this at the beginning. You can like whatever the fuck you want to like, all right? This is us just palling around. We're goofing around. The amount of shit that I collect, not pointing the finger, I understand. I get it as a collector too, all right? Anyways, of course, as you'd expect, not all Star Wars collectors respond well to having their collections threatened. Because why would you? How would you like that? I'm gonna steal that. Okay.
Go right ahead.
Actually, you know what? Go ahead. Chewie, let him in. I wish I knew more. I don't really know a lot of Star Wars references. I'm trying to like pull some out and I'm like, Han Solo. Ricky LaDouche.
Latouche.
Oh. Yeah, let's keep it douche. Ricky LaDouche, a 30-year-old collector, was in an argument with his wife, Porn Pillai. Ricky LaDouche is married to a woman named Porn Pillai. I might be saying this wrong, sorry. Srissery. Porn Pillai Srissery. Am I casting black magic? I don't know. Is this what the Sith is? Is Palpatine up to this? Anyways, that led to her lash out by smashing his Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader figurines. That seems excessive. What are we doing? Fortnite, what are you doing? Leave little Ricky LaDouche alone. She also had threatened to leave him and go back to Thailand. Oh, buddy. I know what he did one summer. I gotta hop over. In response, Ricky suffocated her to death.
Oh my god.
God, okay. All right, whoa, okay. Okay. All right. I did not see that coming. Holy shit. We are done joking around. Oh my God. In response, Ricky suffocated her to death and was ordered to serve at least 12 years in prison.
Did a little force choke on her.
What if he thought, but see, that's the thing. What if there's a mental illness guy where he's doing this? In his mind, he's like this. But he's actually...
I mean, I still think if you're in your mind, you're choking someone with the force. So either way.
Oh, man. That curveball. I did not... Wow. Let her go back to Thailand.
Yeah. Well, can't let her.
Why?
She broke his shit.
Oh, so do you think that he killed her because she broke the figurines?
You've never had like your sibling break something you loved and you just wanted to force choke him?
Yeah, you killed one of your siblings?
I remember one time, I was actually just talking to my brother about this. He turned off my computer playing World of Warcraft. So then I turned his computer off and he was working on a project. So then he grabbed my laptop and smashed it on the ground. So then I grabbed his video camera and smashed it on the ground.
And your dad came in? Oh, I can't wait to replace all this. You kids are awesome. I'm going to go hang myself in the garage.
Yeah. The sad thing was it was my camera as well. So I just all my shit was
that
broken.
is sad, huh? Now you want to actually know the most tragic part of that story and seriously try to contain your tears? It was my camera. Aww. It's no secret that cosplay is a big part of the Star Wars fandom. People get extremely elaborate with the cosplay, with some going viral for their creativity. It is really cool. I have a lot of respect for like people that know how to fabricate cosplay stuff. It's actually fucking super impressive. My favorite ones are the guys who do like the giant Warhammer suits and they walk around.
Oh, yeah.
Those are sick.
You think someone's done General Grievous, like his 6 arms?
Oh, they had to. He's such a popular character. You'd have to say I think every character in Star Wars has been cosplayed a billion times, I would assume. But Grievous, I bet you there's some sick ones out there.
Yeah.
What people can do with just like styrofoam and just knowing how to like paint things to look distressed and stuff, it's incredible. Really cool. Others dress up their dogs and even their horses in custom-made outfits, like prop maker Michael Corey from Indiana, who spent 700 hours crafting an AT-AT suit for his Clydesdale horse, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, look at that.
That is sick. On a Clydesdale too. That's huge. That is so sick. I would be hard pressed to not like set up some mini figurines and do like a photo shoot. How sick is that? There are even OnlyFans models who do we have links? There are even OnlyFans models who specifically cater to Star Wars fans by taking steamy pics in stormtrooper helmets and other related apparel. One model, who is the self-described Boba Fetish, should have been Booba. Posts all sorts of casual and intense content in a Mandalorian helmet. All right, I like how he said intense content. What does that mean? You want to see a lightsaber go up your asshole? It's $5. That's kind of a nice price. See, that's a new sideshow carnival attraction thing.
Oh, like a plastic one? Yeah. I thought you meant a real one.
There is no real lightsaber, Nick. Can you imagine the thing turns on? She's dead. Uh-oh, and it's a green lightsaber too. Well, there you go. That crystal's meant for knowledge or something. I don't know. All the colors mean something different.
Yeah, the Kyber crystals, yeah.
Except Samuel Jackson was just like, nah.
I want purple.
Nah, George. I want purple. How badass is that? I like how George's like, okay.
Good guys are green and blue, bad guys are red. That's just the way it works.
There's no purple left?
You might get purple.
All right, Sam, whatever you say, man. I want a purple lightsaber. Purple is like the fucking coolest one.
I want a rainbow one, like an RGB, like my computer.
Yeah, it's a razor. Yeah. It's a razor lightsaber. This thing is the tits. It has the, what are those keycaps? Like they're called like creamy clicks. It's like a satisfying ASMR click of a fucking,
yeah.
I don't know, but it's like one of those clicking it. Turning on.
Oh, the switch, yeah.
The switches, okay. Yeah. Is it Razer? Is that one thing? Or Kraken? What is this?
That's a Naga. No. That's Razer.
That's Razer.
Yeah.
We're saying all kinds of like.
There's a Naga
spirits here.
mouse for World of Warcraft. Has like a bunch of buttons on the side.
Oh, what are all the buttons used for?
Macros.
It doesn't matter. That's not what this video is about. We need to stop doing that in these videos. Having an intense passion for something can sometimes become problematic in a relationship. Some couples suffer because one half cannot cope with the fact that their partner doesn't care about Star Wars in the same way they do, which is true. It's basically being in like a religious relationship. If you go to church every Sunday and your partner's just like, I don't believe in that, that's going to cause friction. And that's I would say this is similar. You don't want to watch Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back. You don't want to watch it. She's like, you watch it every Sunday. Okay, so you're a bitch. One 39-year-old woman explains how her boyfriend claims it's an embarrassment that she has not yet seen any of the movies, which also, if your partner ever speaks to you that way, you leave. You're gone. It is embarrassing that you haven't seen one. She's like, what could I possibly be missing out on? Okay, I didn't just hear that. I did not just hear that. There are some cases where two Star Wars nerds come together and everything works out well. One couple went viral for replacing their wedding dance with a choreographed lightsaber duel. Let me be honest. If your kid and their partner did that, would you be sitting off on the side like...
Am I paying for this wedding?
Well, yes. How about in this situation? Yes.
I wouldn't show up.
Really? Wow.
I'd be like, this is cringe. I'd be like this.
You'd just be cringing the whole time. I guess I wouldn't care. If I knew my kid was nerdy or whatever, I wouldn't give a shit. Even though I'd be like, dude, this is, you're like fucking 21. You grew up on what, the fucking Force Awakens? Like, real word? That moved you that much? If you were back in like 1983 and I can't, like my life was changed when I watched the first movies, whatever, I could see it.
What if my life changed during Rise of Skywalker?
I would legitimately be like, what was compelling about it? Back then, people were like, I did not know you could do that in a movie. Like, it makes sense, right? And then you're enamored with the world and the kind of like spaghetti Western kind of like, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And those people grew up who had kids who had then the new trilogy and then, you know, so on and so forth. But the trilogies get worse each time. Whatever happened to the Squid Games? That Korean guy, he was starring in a Star Wars show, right? People hated
the
it.
Acolyte got canceled.
Oh.
It was too woke for them.
It was too woke for the mouse. Yeah. Why isn't he saying the N-word? They don't have that word in the Star Wars universe, Mickey. Make him say the N-word. Make him call women. Disney Plus presents The Acolyte Season 2. I'm gonna get you. And then the trailer cuts. Fall 2020. While admittedly cringe, they kept it as a small part of an otherwise standard wedding. But you know, I mean, come on.
The video's pretty. It's
also, hey, it's my day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give a shit. If I wanted to dress up as like a barbarian and sword fight with somebody, if it's my day, it's my day.
What if they made you participate? Like, what if they like...
I would not make people... If you force people to participate, that's where I'm like, you do it, and then people have to sit and just be like, okay, that's what they're doing. But if everyone's like, everyone get up and pretend you're shooting lasers at us so they can like pretend to be deflecting them, I would say no. That's where, once again, I would go back to my thing of like...
Come on, Grandpa.
Yeah, look at my grandson. I should have just had him watch Wolf on Wall Street like 700 or 800 times. That would have fixed his brain right up. Many others have fully embraced their love for the franchise by having fully themed wedding ceremonies on May 4th, aka Star Wars Day. You get it? May the 4th be with you. Almost blacked out. Complete with full costume attire, one couple had Darth Vader officiate the wedding and Baby Yoda as the ring bearer.
That is cute. That's pretty cute.
That is a thing where I would legitimately pay for people to have a suicide watch. Guy in the deal, he sees like Baby Yoda like float by with a ring. Oh, it kind of like tackles him. It's a Roman Catholic wedding too. You're like, oh, it's like 6 more hours. Oh, I don't care. Send me to hell. Send me to hell. This is the best case scenario for a Star Wars superfan, as many fans have greatly strained their relationships over their desire to have a hardcore Star Wars themed wedding. Really got to test the relationship there. To be fair, if you can get through a Star Wars wedding as a non-Star Wars fan, you're gonna be fine. That's a lifelong relationship for sure. You care if Baby Yoda comes down the aisle, and we have cranes under people's seats. So when he's going through, the puppets like this, and then people's seats start lifting up. Whoa! oh, honey, you seeing this? Like she doesn't know what's going on. One Groomzilla discusses his frustration over the fact that his fiance has no interest in any of his Star Wars related wedding ideas, because this man, along with his family and friends, have been watching the Star Wars movies on repeat their entire lives. He states that it seemed obvious that the wedding would be themed around it. Today's about me, baby, not you. That being said, his fiance has zero interest, being a girly girl that doesn't care about the franchise in any capacity. A girly girl? I am a woman. I'm an adult woman. Hello.
I heard the Force is female, so.
Yeah, the Force is female. That's right. The Force is female. Even so, he would pitch his many ideas to her, like serving alcoholic blue milk drinks, hiring stormtroopers to party on the dance floor, and giving Jedi robes to his groomsmen.
Actually, that'd be sick to have all of them in.
You can't just keep saying it's everything's sick, dude. Are you a big Star Wars fan?
I used to. Then.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I think I grew out of it.
You don't grow out of Star Wars, though.
I love Star Wars. Even like the prequels.
The newest movies?
No, I hate the sequels. The first one's fine, but...
Oh, so it goes original, prequel, sequel.
Yes.
Okay. All of these ideas were shot down, with her claiming anything Star Wars related at the wedding would be embarrassing in front of everyone we know. That's a reasonable reaction. Everyone on the post chastised him for seeming to care more about his Star Wars fantasy than celebrating the love between him and his future wife. Also, seems pretty reasonable.
I think it's a double standard, though, because if she wanted a Star Wars wedding, the guy would have to oblige.
That is true. There's probably online discourse as well to bully you into being like, you can't just indulge in this one fantasy for her.
Yeah.
We gotta watch out. We're getting kind of based here. I think it's just the idea of like one party not wanting something and you're complaining about it. What's funny is it's ironic is that this is a union. So one person being like, I'm not getting my way. It's like, it's just not, we're coming together.
I mean, he's being selfish to being like, I want to throw an entire Star Wars wedding. It's just like,
I mean, there could be a thing where it's like, could we have just one element to where you're like, I mean, it's not egregious.
Here's the compromise. On the wedding cake, the groomsman is in Star Wars robes.
That seems fine. Who's gonna know? And then that's like a little thing where it's also, it's a little something. Do I have to have a full choreographed Star Wars fight? No. Do you think there's a world too where there's like a tasteful, it's a suit that is in the style, like your Disney bounding?
Yeah, exactly.
If you did something like that where you're like, oh, it's kind of that, and then even on the after party you can clip on a fucking lightsaber to your belt or something, dude.
You bring the robes out after the ceremony.
Yeah, then after, to me also, that's another thing. If it's after the ceremony, then yeah, granted, once again, do I want stormtroopers breakdancing on my dance floor? No, but could you and your friends get the robes? Why not? But to be fair, her saying it's an embarrassment in front of everybody too, that's kind of harsh. Like, it's our friends. They know that I like this still. Also, why are my friends judging me? Are they my friends or not? I don't know.
Yeah, am I an embarrassment to you?
We're gonna love each other forever, right? Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna get married on Tatooine in the desert. That's where my wedding. Gonna invite everybody out to the Gobi Desert.
Hey, would you guys go to the Gobi Desert? Go to the Gobi Desert. When is it? August? Everyone's just like dehydrated. One man, while unmarried in real life, found himself falling desperately in love with Lana Beniko from Star Wars, or the Old Republic. Pretty sure it's a video game. He admits to marrying this character with 3 different characters and even recorded her most endearing moments in the game in order to rewatch them whenever he wanted. That's sad. That's like the guy who married the guy who married the VR thing. It's like some actual Blade Runner shit. I have to fight the Sith. He's like, I'll be gone too long. He's consumed as much lore as possible for Lana and hums her theme song throughout the day, admitting that the song gives him a feeling of ecstasy. I would hate to be his coworker. It's like has like a boner the whole time. At the water cooler by him. This is where we start to get into more fascinating side of Star Wars obsession. It's one thing to collect some memorabilia and dress up for a Halloween party, but it seems like some people are truly desperate to live in the world of Star Wars. There's even a full-on Star Wars religion called Jediism, based on the beliefs of the Jedi from the franchise. What started as a silly email campaign in 2001, it turned into a legitimate system of beliefs for a large group of people. Some people will pay good money to be immersed in the world of Star Wars, to the point where they are reduced to tears after stepping into Disney's Galaxy Edge and seeing the Millennium Falcon for the first time. Oh my God! Which I will say, we've been there. It is impressive. That whole area, whoever designed all that shit did a good job. I remember I was like, God, like when I was standing by the Millennium Falcon, I was like, God damn, it's fucking huge. It's crazy. There's people that go to Savi's workshop and customize their own lightsaber to become one with the Force. People gladly spend over $220 to take it home with them, which I will say, I know that it's become, everybody knows about it now. But when that first came out, people were like, oh my God. And that's fun. If you're a big Star Wars guy, get to go there because I think you get to customize your own lightsaber. lightsaber and stuff. If you're at the theme park, why not indulge? You know what I mean? Why the not? It's your money too. I fucking work for this money. Unless you're like a Nepo baby scum. I'm looking at you. There's like one guy. People's obsession with lightsabers can go far beyond an immersive theme park attraction. Superfans show off massive replica lightsaber collections online worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because there are a ton of people. There's also some people that have like insane screen used ones. When it comes to movie memorabilia and stuff, I like that shit. If anything's been, this is screen used, whatever, how sick is that? I don't give a what movie it is. Even someone's like, these are the jeans that Robert Pattinson wore in Twilight. I'm like, damn. Just tinier waist than I expected. I like that shit. I don't know. To further immerse themselves in the world of Star Wars, fans have geared up in the custom Star Wars attire to engage in some LARPing. Fan clubs like Galaxy Awaits hold multi-day LARPing events in Seattle where people deck themselves out in Star Wars costumes and put themselves into an interactive story with missions and light touch combat using foam swords and dart blasters. It's awesome. You can also register to play as an NPC to help push the story along for everyone. The proceeds from the event are donated to Seattle Children's Hospital as well as local food banks. So a nice little cringe LARPing session turns into a nice community drive. That's nice. I'd be the NPC. I'd love to throw a wrench in the whole operation. Some guy's just like, where's this thing? What's it to you? Not make it easy. They're gonna have to work for the information is what I mean. I want to be, I don't give a fuck about fight with the foam stuff. I just want to act like I'm like working on a thing. I'm busy. What do you want? Oh yeah, I've heard of them. What's in it for me? What if I actually get money out of that? They actually gave me like 20 human dollars. Well, that means nothing to you, right? That's Earth money.
I want credits.
Chewie, he's a tough cookie to crack.
Chewie.
Chewie! Come on! Some colleges have their own saber dueling groups, that's too much, where those who rank up within the program are rewarded during knighting ceremonies that take place in the middle of the campus. That's a red flag. Not on the campus. Go somewhere else. Go to a fucking Kohl's parking lot to do it, dude. Also, I never understood, they take the fake lightsabers and they tap their shoulders with it. Wouldn't you be like, ah! You wouldn't actually touch it with it, would you?
I think with the Padawans, they burn your little thing off.
They cut your rat tail off. They take out a fucking Bowie knife. Cut your hair. He has Darth Maul contacts in. Welcome. You're never gonna leave here again. Thank you, Master. LARPing and lightsabers are not intense enough for some fans. They need something that truly tests their physical abilities, which is where we're introduced to the little thing called Ludosport. Ludosport lightsaber combat was founded by 3 Italian men in the basement of a local church, which they dubbed the Crypt. Since 2006, the Ludosport founding masters created and promoted a sport that has taken the world by storm. With 59 academies worldwide, 22 of them are located in Italy alone. God damn, that has to be around the same time Revenge of the Sith came out, so they definitely saw the lightsaber fight and they're like, we have got to do that. Yeah. The rules of Ludosport are super strict and everyone in the discipline will make sure you adhere to them. Each fighter has 3 different weapons to choose from: the long saber, the dual short saber, or the double-ended saber. Each weapon must be within specific length and weight limits for it to be accepted by tournament play. Just like other replica lightsabers, Ludosport's gear can be extremely expensive, ranging anywhere from $200 to $500 per lightsaber. And most of the money is just for the hilt and doesn't include the light up part of the saber, which don't even get me started on that. Once you have selected your weapon, now you must choose your fighting style. Within Ludosport, there are 7 different fighting style forms, and all new fighters begin at Form 1 called Balanced. If you choose to continue your Ludosport journey, you will climb the form ladder and eventually learn all 7 forms. All forms are made to equal each other so that one doesn't become overpowered, of course. Despite being equal, many fighters choose to mix and match different forms to try and outdo their opponents. Ludosport has hundreds of tournaments held each year across the globe where competitors fight to be dubbed either champion in the area or champion in style, depending on what form they use. Even with the massive growth of the sport, the competition remains close to its grassroots, and most of the events are held in the local churches or in school gymnasiums. I like how they try to sell that. That's what they're selling it as. We try to stay on our roots. It's like, we don't want to get too big. Sure. In an interview, 2-time world champion Lorenzo Fario, known as Lork, discussed the amount of work it took to become a champion. He talked about watching film of his opponent's attack moves and practicing at all various sparring gyms. Knowing that it takes a lot of hard work, many Ludosport masters look forward to the day when they can win a tournament and have their trophy and name listed in the Hall of Fame. Which I gotta say, that's kind of cool. An actual physical sport like that, that's kind of sick. Also, I bet it is fucking hard. Like, how much hand-eye coordination and it's kind of cool. Would you do it?
No.
Like, not even to humor it at all. No. Like, you're just exhausted. Think about it. No.
That's what I was. I was like, I don't.
Yeah, we're all right. With the culture of combat, some Star Wars fans fully believe that they can use attacks and powers from movies in real life to solve their problems. We're going there. For some, it could lead to dangerous Star Wars fan interactions. In a small town in Pennsylvania, 2 police officers were parked on patrol when out of nowhere, a red Ford Escape backed into their patrol car. Startled by the collision, both parties got out of the vehicles, but before officers could speak, the clearly drunken man put his hand out and said, "There is no problems here." He believed he could use Jedi mind trick to stop the police from arresting him. Police reports indicate that the man's speech was heavily slurred and his breath and vehicle reeked of alcohol, leading to his arrest and charged for a DUI. I think that's not even a Star Wars fan. That was just a drunk guy at a bar and they had Star Wars playing. He's like,
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
"No way. Are you serious right now? Whoa. You were letting me leave without paying my tab." All Star Wars fans are serious about the movies. For them, hearing spoilers can create absolute chaos. Arthur Roy was excited to see the new Star Wars Force Awakens and did his best to try and avoid spoilers. But it all went wrong when a close friend spoiled the plot of the movie, and this sent Arthur into a bloodthirsty rage. To be fair, that would piss you off though, right?
If it's your friend too, that's the thing. It's like, you know, I like
Well,
Star
exactly.
Wars.
It would be different if it's like he was in the grocery store and he heard some guy talking about it versus like, you know, this motherfucker's wanting to see it. It was definitely a play by his friend just to fucking ruin it for him.
He's like, I saw it before him, so I'm gonna
spoil it. I don't give a yeah. As soon as it happened, he went to Facebook and posted a picture of him holding a Colt 1911 handgun, making a direct mention to his friend in the post. A friend notified the police, fearing the author might come to school the next day and shoot him. When he showed up, police immediately took him into custody for felony suspicion of assault with a weapon. His bond was set at $10,000.
I'm gonna kill you. This is my blaster.
Chewie, make sure the gun's loaded tomorrow. Pretty much. Another superfan lost their cool inside the movie theater, this time at another moviegoer who made the grave mistake of checking his phone during the screening. Joe Bond and his wife were excited to watch the Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. It had been the first time they went out on a formal date since the birth of their second child. Who cares? As the opening credits began, Joe discreetly pulled out his phone in order to make sure that the text he received wasn't an emergency from the babysitter. The agitated Star Wars fan saw this and immediately lost his cool. He turned and started screaming, "Turn your phones off!
Your phones!
Turn your phones off!
Turn off!
Use your fucking hands!
Use your fucking hands!
Welcome to the 21st century!
Welcome to the 21st century!
I waited a goddamn year to see this so some asshole could turn his phone on next to me!
I waited a goddamn month right now! Asshole! Turn his phone on! Next to me!
The situation escalated to the point where the angry fan punched Joe in the face, causing other people in the theater to boo him out of the room. Brutal. When the police arrived, they couldn't make an arrest because the man had already fled the scene. To this day, he has yet to be identified. And after he saw the movie too, I bet he was like, that wasn't worth it.
Yeah, that was not worth it.
Star Wars as a franchise has gotten so big that we're starting to see more and more people whose love for this is downright bizarre, which happens with any fandom. It's not like everyone in the Star Wars community engages in this sort of behavior, and even if they were, I suppose it's not really hurting anyone, right? It's just a thing that they like. It's okay to really like something, but just make sure to come back to reality every now and again. All right? After all, if you're throwing away loving relationships over the fact that they don't like the same billion-dollar franchise as you, it may be time to take a good look in the mirror because something's clearly wrong. Guys, we hope to see you in the next one, and may the 4th be with you. Bye-bye. Tell him, Chewie. Yeah, that just happened.